Boom, and we're live. Fight Companion. Eddie motherfucking Bravo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Brendan motherfucking Schaub. We're here. Fight Companion. Darren Till versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone is the main event. And EBI tomorrow. Eddie Bravo Invitational Jiu-Jitsu Tournament. Where's that?
It's tomorrow.
Is it at the Orpheum again?
At the Orpheum downtown LA. You can get tickets at ebiofficial.com. You could watch it on UFC Fight Pass, and you also have a choice now to watch it on pay-per-view at inchbyinch.tv.
That's cool.
Ooh,
yeah. That's a great venue, too,
That's
man.
a good move. So if you don't have Fight Pass, you can still get it.
Yep, that's my company. So,
but if you don't have Fight Pass, you should get Fight Pass. Fight Pass is the shit. And we're watching this fight on Fight Pass right now. And I'm not just saying Fight Pass is the shit because I'm a UFC employee. If you're a fan of the sport, there's fucking everything on Fight Pass. You will go down a goddamn rabbit hole.
Pride fights.
Everything.
Strike Force.
Everything. You could watch so many fights. And there's also like a bunch of like organizations that you never heard of before that have awesome fights.
Titan.
Just the fact that you could watch any UFC fight ever.
Yeah.
Just that alone is worth it.
It's amazing library.
Just that alone. Just boom, you could just remember that fight, boom, you could watch it. Remember that fight, boom, you could watch it.
On demand, son.
And the Pride fights.
Yeah.
Pride fights. That's what I like.
That alone, it doesn't even need anything else.
We should do some fight companions for old Pride fights.
The best fights of all time.
Crow Cop versus Fedor.
Vanderlei.
Nog versus Fedor. Vanderlei.
Bob Sapp.
Yes.
Fuck, yes.
Bob Sapp, Nogueira. You know, come on.
My
son.
question is, how long after UFC do they put the individual fights on Fight Pass?
That's a good question.
Anybody
You're saying
know?
till they upload them?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
How
on
long
this
before we can see this fight on Fight Pass?
Well, this
it's
better be
on
a
Fight
classic,
Pass.
son.
This is on Fight Pass
no,
right now.
I mean archived.
Oh, it'll be archived right afterwards.
You think so? How long does it take?
100%. It's right afterwards.
Just uploads right away?
I don't think so. Because I've tried to check fights out that just happened and
Maybe
they weren't up.
they were Fox fights. If it's FX or Fox Sports 1 or Fox Sports 2, they own those.
True.
Or Fox.
What?
They own those. Yeah.
They can't put those on Fight Pass?
I don't know, but I don't
think so. I think you're right,
can
Joe.
Fox own it?
Yeah, I think they do.
That's part of the deal,
That's why
son.
they
You don't pay all that money.
Fuckloads of money. They don't want to pay fuckloads of money, so you could just not have Fox and just watch it on Fight Pass.
But
they should own it. I mean, they're paying.
Yeah, but
for
what
it.
are they doing with it? They ain't doing shit.
No, they replay them all the time.
They replay.
FS1.
Last night was Cain Velasquez versus Bigfoot, and I watched that.
Damn, they're starting to replay them on Fox.
Dude,
didn't know that.
They've been doing it.
I have it on my DVR.
Watch TV.
So you don't watch TV.
Not because I'm cool or I'm a hipster, only because I'm too lazy to. Yeah, I'm too lazy to turn on the TV.
I have UFC Fight Night on the DVR, like automatically set to record, and it always is recording old fights. Always.
Super old school ones.
Constantly. So anything that's been on Fight, on FS1 or any Fox venue.
Bro, I have FS1, Fox, Spike, Bellator. I have fucking Access TV fights on that bitch.
Yeah.
Everything, man.
So,
Boxing.
Yeah, I love Access TV. I love Lion Fight.
Yes.
Lion Fight, they got some fucking amazing Muay Thai.
I have some PBC boxing on there and shit. I have everything.
So these dudes who are fighting right now, Pichota and Wilson. I'm assuming Pichota's the guy in the red and the little thing on the bottom. That Wilson dude has a sick left kick, man. He's throwing some nasty hard left kicks to the body. But I don't know these dudes.
I heard there were some good fights on the prelims. Artem Lobov, I heard was good. Do you know who won that, Jamie? Do you guys know?
No. Who did he fight?
I don't know, but he got head kicked.
Artem did?
Yeah.
He lost?
And then I'm not sure, but Connor was there, and he was trying to corner him, and the ref had to stop the fight.
Andre Feely. Why?
Damn.
Why did the ref have to stop
Because
the fight?
Connor was an official cornerman and was yelling out instructions, and the ref was like, hold up. You got to chill, man. Be professional. And Connor was like, my bad. My bad.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't yell out from your outside of the cage?
Well, he was cage side, and he walked up to the cage and was yelling instructions.
Oh,
so
I
homeboy
see.
was like, yo, you're not an official cornerman. You only get 3, not 4,
Right.
unless it's a title fight.
So he was too close.
Yeah, it was a distraction. He was like, you got to chill, man.
That's a good rule. That really is
That's
a
a
good
great rule.
Yeah, you can't have crowds of dudes that are your friends yelling, calling you a faggot.
There you go.
Yeah, look at him.
Referee tells Connor.
Look at this. I mean, he just shows up everywhere with cufflinks and a beautiful suit.
He's just walking around like he owns the place.
Well, because he does. Well, because he does.
He puts his hands up. Me, sorry. It's Mark Goddard, too. Mark Goddard's a motherfucker.
He is a motherfucker.
He's not taking any bullshit. Oh, this dude's got the choke. Standing rear naked. So I watched Bellator last night.
Right.
That what is that dude? That Gracie dude? Hall's son. Hollis' son? Do you know who he is?
Yes,
Neiman,
I interviewed him.
Gracie.
Yes.
Bad motherfucker.
Bad motherfucker.
Some serious jujitsu.
Choke some dudes out. How about that neck crank?
7-0. Yeah, 7-0, 7 submissions. He's a bad motherfucker.
What's
6
his name?
submissions.
Neiman Gracie.
And who's his father?
Hollis. Holes. How do you say it? Holes.
The
right?
Holes that died in a
Yes.
hang glider accident?
Yeah, that guy.
Dude, you should have seen
Whoa.
this neck crank, Eddie.
Dude.
I thought he was going to break this motherfucker's neck.
Yeah.
That dude looked every bit of 44, but I guess he's only 32 and has gray hair. Like,
The guy he fought?
yeah, he looks like Luke
didn't
Thomas,
look
but
that
with gray
old.
hair.
Yeah. He
Not young, son.
Well, he had gray hair, but if you take away the gray hair, he
Well,
didn't
I
look
can't
old
take
at
away
all.
gray
But he's
hair.
ripped and looked good.
For sure.
Good defense, too, man. He had him on his back the whole first round and it fought him off. But then Neiman switched it to a neck crank. It
It looked like it hurt so bad.
Are you going to sync?
watching it.
Have we synced this?
Oh, yeah. There it is right there.
No, that's not it. That was
That's
his
not
fight
it.
at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
He won that one.
He
Choked
won that
homeboy
by
out.
choke, too. Last night, he had the dude's neck sideways.
It looked like it hurt so bad. Musasi didn't look great, bro.
So to sync this up, we're at 25 seconds of the first round, 23, 22, 21, and Pichota, I don't know how to say his name, is on the back of Wilson.
He's getting worked.
Oh, shit. He's got the choke. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He does-
shit.
it's over. Game
oh,
over, son.
shit.
That's a wrap.
No. Not much time. Not much time. I think he can hang on.
Chin's tucked. Oh, it's under the chin.
He's gonna hang
Oh,
on.
powerful.
He's going to hang on.
He's out.
He's good.
Damn.
That's the bell.
But last night in Bellator, Musasi did look lethargic,
I
man.
had to take off. I had to go to the comedy store. I missed
You didn't
that.
see it?
I
He
missed that.
definitely won the first round, but then Shlemenko?
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
No, what is his name?
What's his name? Shlemenko, right?
Shlemenko?
Shlemenko.
Right? Yeah, Shlemenko.
He hit him with a overhand left and closed up his right eye, like his whole right eye couldn't fucking
Really?
see. And then the second, I thought Shlemenko won the second round and the third, but they gave it to Musasi.
Really?
Musasi did not look like a world beater.
No shit.
No.
Interesting. Maybe the UFC got rid of him just in time. It's too bad because against Chris Weidman, he looked like a bad
See,
motherfucker.
I don't think it's that, Joe. I don't think Bellator gets enough respect. Their guys are fucking tough at the top level. Like,
That's true.
Shlemenko hasn't lost a fight in how long? He got suspended for steroids, but he's won like 6 in a row. He's a
Yeah.
motherfucker, man.
He is a motherfucker. Did you see when he knocked out Melvin?
Yeah, like those.
Look at that. Look at that eye. Boom. Bellator is going to be a tough going for everybody. I think that's true. And that also highlights how fucking good Rory Mcdonald actually is.
Look at Larkin. Not doing
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, well, Lorenz got KO'd by Paul Daly,
Yes.
who, when you stand in front of Paul Daly throws
It's a bad idea.
fucking bombs. That left hand is just a ridiculous weapon.
Well, look at Ben Henderson. He's struggling.
Ben Henderson was on
Struggle
the
City.
downside. He was on the downside when he went there, though.
True, but there's struggle city. Then
Yeah.
it's just rough.
He fucked
Phil
up
Davis
by trying
doing
to
well.
go 170.
Oh,
That was not a good
and the
move.
guy he fought, nightmare.
Phil Davis did well, but, Ryan Bader beat him. Ryan Bader, who was probably never going to be the champ in the UFC light heavyweight division.
Now you never know.
Now you never know.
John
But
Jones
with
out.
John Jones in, he was really not. It wasn't
That's
good.
everyone though.
Right. That's
Ain't nobody
everyone.
getting that title if John was there.
You got to wonder, man. You got to wonder what the fuck actually happened when it came to this steroid stuff. Because I talked to Nowitzki, like a lot of these websites were posting that if John Jones could provide a supplement that had that stuff in it, he wouldn't get a suspension. It is possible that he wouldn't get a suspension. And Nowitzki said they just totally took me out of context, and that's not what I said at all.
Yeah, I listened to his interview.
Yeah, what he was actually saying is it is possible to have tainted supplements, and people have proven it in the past that there's something in a supplement. And if you can prove that you took it completely accidentally, which guys have, who did that is Tim Means.
Yeah, the dirty bird.
But he got suspended for a few months, even though.
But a few months for John would be a win.
Yeah, that wouldn't be shit.
But with his history, it's tough to believe. It's just I want to believe.
I want to believe too. But
so bad. I want him back so bad, and I think the UFC needs him so bad.
they need him so bad right now.
What are you excited for these days?
See, go ahead.
Go ahead, Eddie.
I
know what
finally
you're
saw
excited
that
for.
documentary, Icarus.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Holy shit, right?
Fucking amazing, right?
That's
Holy
the
shit.
Russian
If
doping?
you didn't,
Yes.
if you didn't know anything about that movie, and let's say Alex Jones said, the Russians, they're sneaking into the laboratories.
They're sneaking in the laboratories
They're
in the middle of the
switching.
night.
In the middle of the night, they're switching the urine, the A's and the B's. I'm telling you, I know this. I have inside sources.
You'd be like, how could they do that? It's impossible.
Yes,
I'd believe
Dude,
that
that
one.
would be the end of Alex Jones right there.
No,
They'd go,
they'd
you
be
went
like,
too far.
Enough.
You went too far.
The Sandy Hook
that is
shit.
the-
Well, maybe. But this is
Russians.
enough. The
Come on.
Russians.
It sounds
this is
so
enough.
crazy that they were
Yeah.
like breaking into the offices, switching the pisses.
Well, they did it in Russia, though. It was in Sochi. They won 13 gold medals. They had a
They
record number of
dominated.
gold medals. Everyone was dirty. The dude said everyone was dirty. That guy's in serious hiding right now.
Hell yeah, he is.
He's
Yeah.
like fucking. They got him tucked away.
And homeboy was worried about him, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was saying he's had like depression before, and then now
He
he-
tried to commit suicide before.
When that scandal first broke out in Russia, when he was freaking out, he was in Russia and he was on the phone going, "Dude, they're gonna kill me because I need a plane a ticket out of here." I was shocked that he was able to leave the country.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think that they would have someone on his ass?
Well, Brian Fogel, who's the director of it, was on my podcast and he explained to me how they didn't think that he was a flight risk, and they because he was such the mastermind of the program, they never thought that he was going to take off. There's a bunch of reasons why he cited on the podcast that I can't totally recall why they didn't think that he was going to take off, but obviously they fucked that one up.
super fucked up. He was all see ya.
Well, you know what's crazy, dude? How WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, and the International Olympic Committee are all in bed together. They're not policing each other. WADA's not policing the IOC. It's bullshit. That's why they let the Russians in. Even though they knew the Russians cheated in Sochi, they had irrefutable proof that they cheated. Like that, all the stuff that you see in that Netflix documentary, Icarus, is 100% true. They still let them compete in Rio. All they did is they threw them a bone. They said, yeah, we're going to take out the track and field team. This track and field team has to go.
Money,
so they
man.
took the track and field team out. They left wrestling, gymnastics, all these other dirty, dirty, dirty athletes.
Russia probably say, "Hey, listen, guys, if you guys don't have my back, we're going to go after you because
Yeah.
everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing
That's
it.
what I was going to say. Who else is
go
doing
after
it?
you guys.
Yeah.
China's 100% doing it. This guy
They've
was
already been
saying-
busted a little bit, though.
Come on,
right?
China's
you
been
don't think
busted,
the
yeah.
American Olympians are
How
on
dare?
steroids?
How
100%.
dare
Come
you?
on.
How
Come on.
dare
Yeah.
you?
Come on.
100%. 100%.
It's
All of
it's
them?
impossible
Yeah.
to
Like
be
Russia?
No, not like Russia because it's not state sponsored. But if you don't think a lot of them are on it, the amount of money that you can. I mean, Brian was explaining this. Like, think about someone like Phelps, right? Michael Phelps, because he won the gold medal. You know how many gold medals he won? A shitload, right?
Most ever.
That guy is a huge celebrity. He's wealthy. Whose
dare
whose phone
you.
was that?
That's
That's the Russian
Brandon's.
hack on Eddie's phone.
That's Brendan's.
The Russians.
the Russians got Eddie.
So because of that, that guy makes fucking millions of dollars a year. But now go to the silver medalist. Who's that guy? Who the fuck's that guy?
Ryan Lochte.
But who is he? No one knows.
He's a liar
No one
with
knows.
blue hair. If you remember
Oh,
him.
that's right.
him.
That's the guy that
That's
got
the
busted
guy.
in Rio pretending that they were robbing him.
And he had white
the
jeans
police,
on?
Yeah, he was like, the police had me at gunpoint. Dude, you broke a bathroom door, you piece of shit.
No, yeah, he was like, they had me at gunpoint. They told me to get on the floor, and I said, fucking make me. Remember? And then they're like, bro, you had white jeans on. If you got on the ground, why aren't they dirty at all? He's like, I don't know.
Clean ground. You know,
Brazil
Brazil's
has
known for
clean
its
ground,
clean
bro.
floors.
Now he's just the fucking
just a
biggest
liar.
laughing stock of all time.
He's just a big old liar, man.
Is it
Swimmer.
possible to win the 100 meters without being on juice?
You know that guy Victor Conte from the Balco scandal, that guy that hooked up Barry Bonds and all those people with the indetectable
the
stuff.
ultimate snitch of all time.
The ultimate snitch, because he got out of jail and then immediately started snitching away.
everybody.
Snitch.
Dark
he
dude.
says the entire track and field sport is a dirty sport. He said all of them. He's like, he was like, think about Jamaica. Jamaica wins all these gold medals. He's like, what's going on? Why are they winning all these gold medals? Like, what's happening? He said, I'll tell you what's happening. They have a very sophisticated drug program.
Jamaica?
Yes.
Like, they're not known for being, they've never been known for being sprinters. Like, that's not their thing. It's kind of new that that's their thing, and they're the best ever at it. Do we just think it's the fucking plantation? Like, what do you think it is?
Well,
the
one of the things
bananas?
that
What the fuck do you think they're eating?
One of the things that Fogel pointed out is, like, we remember when Ben Johnson got tested positive when he actually raced against Carl Lewis. Remember that?
He's
That was the
Canadian.
big deal. He was super jacked.
Jack, gold chain,
Apparently,
powerful gold chain.
Carl Lewis tested positive too.
Yeah, they're all doing it.
They all were tested positive. It's just that Ben Johnson's levels were so off the fucking charts. They were like, Jesus, but that was the first year that they were testing.
It's like Pride Days, man.
1984.
It's like Pride Days.
Yeah, like Pride Days. And that makes you think, I hate to say this, but it really makes you think about Fedor. There's Ben Johnson. Back in the day, son. That's a good picture, but get a picture of him mid-sprint, Jamie. You can see how fucking jackamified he was. He was so fucking fast.
Look at that. Looks like an NFL running back.
He's so big. He was so big for a track and field
Carl
guy.
Lewis looks like he has AIDS back there. Look at how jacked Ben Johnson is.
He looks like Melvin Manhoef. That's what he looks like that kind of build.
Looks like Adrian Peterson.
So these,
he's crushing those
guys. These guys are all, but they're all they're all on something. Every one of them's on something.
How come no white guy's got to hold some good shit?
Go to that one. Go to that one. The one above. Jesus Christ. Well, Brock.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the 100-meter dash.
Oh yeah,
white guys said, fuck it.
It's not our
thing. Even if we get juice to the gills,
it's not our thing.
That's I know. Where's the white steroids?
Yeah, it's not. We're not sprinters.
White guys aren't willing to go that deep. We're just.
I don't know what
we
it
gotta go
is.
full Bane.
I wonder what it is.
Look at his eyes,
like,
first of all. What the fuck was he taking where his eyes turned yellow?
Well, that's what they had said, that his liver was struggling to deal with all the steroids in his system, and it was making the whites of his eyes yellow.
Damn, he still beat the record with that Timex watch on? That's some powerful shit.
Look at
that shit.
Why is it the Timex slow you down?
Well, the heavy ass basic watch.
That's a light ass
Who sprints
watch
in that though?
But that wouldn't really hold
You're
you
talking
back.
aerodynamics, my man.
It's not a bad point.
And the gold chain, the fucking
gold
Rick
chain.
Ross gold chain.
The gold chain's a big one,
Dude, he went. I'm so juiced up.
His coaches try to have an intervention and say, "Dude, it's the
chain.
It's the Olympics, bro."
Can you ditch the chain?
No, bitches like gold. I know bitches, and
They probably
I know
had
gold.
arguments
The
over it.
powerful G-Shock watch in the Olympics? Are you shitting me, sir?
G-Shock.
Look at that fucking thing.
He does have yellow eyes, man. He looks like a leopard. Like he's ready to leap on you.
And no one said anything like, bro, your eyes and that watch are a
Hey,
complete
bro.
giveaway, my
What's
man.
going on with your eyes?
Is he winning though?
Oh,
He's got to be.
He was the fastest of all time
this
for
guy
a
right?
second.
Who's that guy?
Ben Johnson.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
Damn.
for a while
What,
he was.
didn't
lighting
Usain
everybody on
Bolt beat
fire.
him?
Maybe, yeah. Is that Ben Johnson there? Jack.
No, Usain Bolt was another time.
So who are the
He's
fastest
older.
guys of all time? That, like
Usain Bolt's number one.
Carl Lewis.
Is
Bolt,
he number one ever?
Yeah,
Right.
Usain Bolt has the fastest time of all time.
But Ben Johnson, Bolt, Carl
Carl
Lewis.
Lewis.
How many How many sprinters can you name?
Well, Usain Bolt.
Marion Jones
Yeah.
for females, but again, she came out. She snitched on herself. You ever seen a snitch on yourself?
Why'd she snitch on herself?
Because I think there were some rumors, and she was like, "I can't handle this anymore.
Look at
I
the
was juiced to the
all-times.
gills. I got a dick."
Oh man, I got a
All-time
dick.
fastest.
Look at this: Usain Bolt, Usain Bolt, Usain Bolt, Tyson Gay. Ooh,
Oh, Justin Gatlin, Tyson Gay. I know those.
that's
two.
a rough name. It's a rough name, Tyson Gay.
There ain't a white guy in fucking
No, not
hell
nowhere
no.
on
Looks
that
like
list.
Compton. There. It's
Wow, look how far down you got to go to get to somebody you know. Usain Bolt, number 34. Like Maurice Green. Like, when do you get down to Ben Johnson? Do they have him on there, or do they take it off? Probably took him
Yeah,
off.
they took him off. Yeah.
ooh, Christian
stupid.
Coleman. I bet that's
They
a white
shouldn't
fella.
take him off. I mean, if you want to punish him, but you can't take him off. It's like what they did with the Tour de France. They took all the ones that Lance Armstrong won. They removed him as the winner. He won like 8 times, but everybody was dirty.
They had to go down to 15th place to find
it
a
was
guy.
18.
Was it 18?
I think it was 18th
Well, how about
place.
in the MLB?
Find a guy who didn't test
I
positive.
know. How about Major League Baseball? Like, no, Barry Bonds can't be in the Hall of Fame because you got tested positive.
So
It's like,
stupid.
Who the fuck you think was throwing the pitches? They're juiced to the
Right.
gills too, you fucks.
And what happens with like Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire?
Well, have you seen
How's that
Sammy
work?
Sosa? That's
Yeah,
how that
triangle,
works out.
triangle right here. Look at this. Look at
Oh,
that.
that's a good one too.
Great angle.
Ooh, he locked that up nice.
Professional triangle right there. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, that's pretty deep.
It took a while to cinch it in, but he was
yeah.
relentless
he's
with
got
it.
That.
Oh, he
Oh,
has
the
an armbar
arm
too.
too.
It's a wrap.
Oh, no,
he
he's
should've
out.
did- Oh, there it is.
He let go. Oh, the round's over?
No way.
Tight
Is that
move.
the end of the round?
I think that's why I went for that armbar. Wait, did he tap? That armbar really wasn't in, was it?
I don't know. No,
Oh,
it
they're
didn't
bringing the
seem with
stools.
arm-
They're bringing the
yeah. Must have been
Damn, that was a good ending.
Oh, so it was the end of the round?
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we got one more round.
But if you want to see what happens when you don't make the Hall of Fame, look at Sam. Have you seen Sammy Sosa lately?
Why is the referee checking his eyes after? Oh, he took some punches when he was down. Yeah, I've seen Sammy Sosa lately. Like something went crazy, he became a white guy.
Crazy. Yeah, he just
Look, he went from the back to a triangle, dude. That's totally pro.
Oh,
this
it's
guy's
that right
really
hand.
good.
Oh, dude, he fucked him up with that right hand.
This guy's good.
Dude, Sammy Sosa's a different human being.
How
I
did
need to
he-
acknowledge this.
What did he do?
Look at his skin. He looks like Michael
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, what happened?
What the fuck?
I'm not sure. I
Did he
think
talk about it?
Has he talked about it, Jamie? It looks like he just went, fuck it, I want to be white. Dude, go to the one in the pink hat. Go to the pink hat, sir.
Okay, that's
He used to
really
be the
What?
greatest baseball player of all
He
time
lost
for a
his
second.
mind?
That's what happens when we don't like guys in the Hall of Fame.
Well, he might have fucked
Was he
his
gay?
body up with all the steroids.
Is he
Mark
open?
McGuire?
Is he gay? Are you saying he's gay? Is that what you
Is
said?
he open?
That's what happened when you don't like gays in the Hall of Fame? Is that what you just
I
said?
definitely didn't say that. I
Oh.
don't think he's gay. I think Sammy Sosa still lays pipe,
I
even
thought
though he's white
we
now.
both heard gay.
No, fuck no.
I heard
He
gay.
just said, is he gay?
No,
I heard you said gay.
You
No
said
way.
gay. You said gay.
No, I did not say gay.
You said you
First of
said
all,
You said
first of
gay,
all,
brother.
Let's just be real clear. None of us have a problem with gay people.
I love gay people.
Hell no.
Love gay people.
Yeah. I'm 10%
So if he's
gay.
wearing a pink hat because he's gay, I'm cool with it.
I own pink shoes. I don't give a fuck.
What's cooler
You
than a
do
guy
own
sucking a
pink shoes.
dick?
Look
What?
at this, though.
Yeah, what happened? So what does he say happened to him? Like, because it's weird.
Yeah, he just...
Okay, that's a white guy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he was super
black.
dark.
He was
Black,
dark.
black.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
that was a tan. Maybe he was
How dare
into
you.
tanning.
No.
No,
Yeah, maybe.
no,
yeah,
something's
and then
going on.
Everything's changed.
You know what?
Look at
There's
him.
there is
Handsome.
cream. There is cream that some women do use to lighten their skin. This
Oh,
fight is over. What happened?
He admits he bleaches his skin.
Oh, he admitted he bleaches his skin. Oh, wow.
What?
That's weird.
I wonder why he wants to do that.
Dude, that's really
That's
popular.
the second Michael Jackson.
No, because Michael Jackson had what I have. He had
He has a
vitiligo.
condition, yeah.
But he
Yeah.
did bleach his skin, though.
He did bleach
He
his
did
skin
bleach to even out
to
skin
even
tone.
it out. Yeah. But that's not what Sammy Sosa's doing. Sammy Sosa just decided to be a
He
white
wants to be
guy.
white.
Yeah.
People have done that
Maybe
before,
maybe
man.
Michael Jackson just wanted to be white, but he used that as an excuse.
No, he legit had like a skin thing and it started
Yeah.
to spread. And he's like, fuck, I don't want to look like this. And just went full spectrum.
Yeah.
Have you seen some models who have it? They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they just rock it.
That black
I think
chick.
it's sexy as fuck.
Yeah, Winnie Harlow, I
Yeah,
think
they're
her
like,
name is.
I call them
Yeah.
the zebra models. They're sexy as fuck. They got like a cool look.
Can we see them, Jamie?
Yeah. Well, it's only the one
Zebra
that I know
models?
is
No, there's a
Winnie
few.
Harlow.
Well, I call them zebra
so
models. I don't know what
here's
they are.
here's the triangle, right? But this is not the end of the fight. Like, how did this fight end?
Maybe he gave up at the corner.
I think that was the last round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the third
Yeah, I
round.
went to decision. Homeboy
But
won.
we're doing the worst job of paying attention to this fight. Dan Hardy with a beautiful green jacket.
Powerful Joker colors.
So Sammy Sosa just decided to be a white.
Just fuck it.
Say enough of this.
Now can a
Being a
white
dark
guy
guy.
go black?
No. I mean, you can be a tanner.
Nah.
You ever
There's a
seen how
girl-
That's
you ever
Jersey
seen how
Shore.
tan Tate gets?
Yes.
When Tate went,
Yeah, but he
Tate
looks
did a
Indian.
movie. Tate did a movie in Tahiti. Well, you don't get black features.
Well, no, but you don't get black skin. You get like
You
tan.
get super dark. Tate got so fucking dark.
No,
man.
bro. I'm talking about going straight blackface.
Black.
Like, can you go blackface?
No, there was
don't think you
Maurice Povich. That was
Maurice Povich.
what's his name?
Maury?
Povich.
Maurice? That's not like if Maury went black, he'd be Maurice.
Exactly. No, and Maury
Maurice
Povich.
Povich.
There was a girl, some white girl who wants to be black.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this?
Oh, the Catch Me Outside girl?
No. She's like really wants to be black. It's a white woman who and the audience is all black and they fucking can't stand her and they're just burying her.
Oh, is that the homegirl who got fired from her job?
Look at this, what Sammy Sosa says. What happened was that I had been using the cream for a long time, and that combined with the bright TV lights made my face look whiter than it really is. I don't think I look like Michael Jackson, he added. Apparently Sosa has kept up his use of the cream over the years, which has led him to appear even whiter than he did in 2009. So he's been just getting whiter and whiter and whiter. Okay, go higher there. It's a bleaching cream that I apply before going to bed and whitens my skin tone, Sosa said during an appearance at Univision's blah, 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 blah. It's a cream that I have that I use to soften my skin, but it has bleached me some. I'm not a racist. I live my life happily. What?
Bleached me some. Sir, you are completely a white man
Yeah,
now.
I'm
Bleached
not
me
a
some?
racist. I'm not a racist. Maybe like there was like a super racist white chick that he was trying to fuck, and he's like, "There's only one way.
He's like,
I gotta
you went
become. I gotta become.
You never
a
go
white guy."
full, you never go full white unless she was just bad.
She just was like
the the hottest chick.
Tennessee racist, but with big old titties, big plump pink titties, and
Now he's just fucked. He can't
tiny
go back.
little waist. And
He
just
says it like it's
bubble
no,
butt.
like it's. I just put on a bleaching cream.
I don't look like
I just
Michael
put on a
Jackson.
bleaching cream. It's no big deal. I put a little bit on before I go to sleep at night. It's a little bleaching cream.
What's the big deal?
He's like, I don't see what the problem
Meanwhile,
is.
he said he's even lighter than he was in 2009. I mean, he's talking about something that happened 8 years ago. He's lighter than that now.
He's also a little mentally unstable because he also has white man hair now. He's like the straight white, like.
Oh, look at Tate. Look how goddamn dark Tate got. Jesus Christ. Tate's a savage. Look at the underwears, too.
He's yeah, yeah. He's tan, but you wouldn't confuse him for being black.
Well, you would if he had black features and black hair.
No,
For sure. If he had an afro, you would say that's a light-skinned black guy.
you think?
Fuck yeah. 100%. Look how
Or
dark he is.
East
Go back to
Indian.
that picture again. Look at that. Come on. He is dark
You
as
could,
fuck.
if we get Photoshop Steve to put a
If you change it,
Jerry curl on,
He's
him.
probably already on it.
yeah, he's probably already doing it. They'll probably all be black by the end of this.
My favorite meme online is that one black dude is going like this.
Oh yeah, through like
Pointing at his neck.
if you never get in there,
If you think about it, if you think about it.
he's all. It looks like the Reading Rainbow guy. I don't know who that guy is.
Derek Brunson.
Machida,
Like,
Machida's
go.
back.
Yeah, against Derek Brunson.
He's been out for a minute. A hot
Yeah,
minute.
that
There he
guy.
is.
That guy. You can't get cheated on if you don't get into a relationship.
He looks like Ben Johnson a little bit.
There's an animated GIF of him doing it too. It's even better.
an animated one. I
Yeah,
haven't seen that one.
yeah. That's a part of.
I
an
like the
animated
clown
GIF.
under in the sewer.
That shit is hilarious.
That's a
You
good
could
one.
use that for so.
There he is. That's the animated one.
Who is this? Just some
I don't
dude.
know. It's amazing.
It's hilarious.
I think he's a rapper.
Do you know? Oh, probably.
that's
He's
racist.
like,
Looks
a,
like
I
one.
think he's a Jamaican rapper.
Did you know that they have
the
meme
80s.
cards now, and people like they have like games they play with meme cards?
Really?
And he's one of the meme cards. And there's always the one. There's the one where I forget who it is. Another rapper where he's standing like this, like what? Like that picture.
That sounds
and
awesome.
And then there was the the black lady with the hump for a neck, and she's like, what? You know that one?
Yes. You mean to tell?
What?
Hey, have you seen the one of the kid? He's like in school and he's like this, and there's a vein.
Yes. And it's like vegans when they haven't talked about being a vegan for over a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, see the meme, the game. See, look at this. It's a fucking game. You play this game, like, and I don't know how it works, but you deal these things out, like these popular memes. It's hilarious.
Brilliant
I wonder
idea.
if that guy gets laid for that meme.
Probably not.
Demian Maia versus Kolby Covington. Ooh, that's an interesting
It's a good
fight.
fight.
That's an interesting fight. You know what, man? I just wish Demian Maia was younger, because without this sauce, without this special sauce, he's like 40 years old now.
Yeah, but I mean, even when he was young, he was a beast.
Oh, he's a beast.
He
He's
like
still a
remember he
beast.
went on that whole kind of tear and then fought Anderson, terrible fight, back down, cut to 70. Now he's a beast again.
Dude,
He's still a beast.
He's 100% a beast.
You wish
That's
he was
not-
young. Why?
Because I love the idea of a specialist. I'm always fascinated by a specialist, about a guy who just does one thing better than everybody else. Can he do it to somebody?
Like Ben Askren.
Yes.
The fight I would do
Yes.
is Ben Askren, Demian Maia. I wish Ben didn't retire because I want that fight.
Ben's never going to get in the UFC. He talked way too much shit about Dana White.
Are those days still there? I feel like Dana White doesn't give a fuck anymore.
I wish.
When you have that much money, you're like, what? Ben Askren? Yeah, let him in. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know, man. Why have him in? And then what if he talks more shit about you?
We need ratings. Why not?
Ben Askren doesn't give a fuck.
He's retiring, right?
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
Undefeated. Retiring undefeated. But it's interesting because the only one who gave him any problems, really, was Jay Heron. Jay Heron got him to a split decision.
A long time ago, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It was like a wrestler who could strike. A guy who was good enough to keep you away. Good enough wrestling to keep it from being a wrestling match, and he could strike.
But Ben evolved from there because Ben, with Woodley, with all these other guys, like he evolved his game.
No
so you
doubt.
talk to people, and they're like, "Dude, he can handle the
There
striking."
was one
now.
guy that gave him
doubt.
some trouble, some Russian Dagestan type wrestler guy who claimed it was on ONE FC. He was calling Ben out, saying, "I could out wrestle you. I'm going to take you down."
Really?
And he did, and he was on him for a while, but Ben still beat him. He got him an arm.
Such a shame he never got in the UFC, man. It's a fucking shame.
Huge tragedy.
Except for that guy, everybody that he gets his mitts on, as soon as Ben like holds you or grabs you, his clinch is so high level that you just can't break free of his clinch.
You know what's a bummer is one of the reasons, obviously you talk shit to Dana, but that style for a lot of people isn't going to sell pay-per-views or get ratings because of that wrestling holding people down.
Yeah,
he's getting good at submitting guys now too.
But the UFC doesn't care, but they're not going to.
Here's the problem with that logic. Floyd Mayweather's style of boxing is not fan-friendly either.
But Floyd, major superstar, before that he did knock people out, became the guy you'd either pay to watch him lose or win. Huge draw. Ben Askren, not a big draw.
Stop
You're
right there.
introducing him to people.
He was not a huge draw before he started talking shit to people. He wasn't a huge draw until he became Money Mayweather. When he became the bad guy, that's when he became a huge draw.
Became a bad guy, but also fought Oscar De La Hoya, all these superstars. Ben Askren's not coming to the UFC and they're going, all right, here's Conor McGregor, some superstar.
Right.
The UFC's not going to do that. He doesn't have the style either.
But if he did, that would be very, very interesting. You know,
that's
because,
a huge if, Joe.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's the only way that this guy could become famous is by shit talking. The shit talking is what's going to make him famous. Like people wanting to see him lose. That's what makes a guy like that famous. Because his style is very appealing to guys like us that are like, I want to see if he can do it.
You know what? It takes a while to evolve and be a good finisher. And at first, for a while, they were just taking people down and just owning them and contrling them. But he's good at submitting people now.
Hell yeah.
He gets
a great grappler. Overall, he's great at everything.
So now the Ben Askren we have now, you can't compare him to the Ben Askren from 5 years ago. That's gone. That's gone. There's a Ben Askren that's going to take you down and choke you out now.
Eddie,
that's a whole different.
That's gone. He's retired.
Money will bring him back.
But the other thing
nobody's really retired.
One FC allowed him to use knees to the head on the ground.
What'd you say?
One FC allowed him to use knees to the head on the ground, right?
That's a good point, yeah.
That's a big weapon.
And kicks. You see what Brandon Vera did over there?
Yeah.
Kicking dudes in the face.
Kicking them in the back of the head when they're down.
Yeah.
It's like it's
gnarly
rough.
shit.
He's their heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
You think he's on the juice?
They took out the soccer kicks though. One FC.
Well, did you see homeboy Roger Huerta get soccer kicked? That was rough.
That's why you can't have soccer kicks.
He was fighting a Brazilian who was a big fella who was cutting to make 170, and Roger's not really a 170. He was 155 in the UFC. Decided to fight 170, and he was getting beat up, and then he went down, and this dude soccer kicked him into the next fucking
dimension. You can't have that and be a professional sport. It's just too brutal.
It's too brutal. I don't know, man. I mean, he hasn't really
gotten
back on track. Well. Yeah. I mean, it was a brutal, brutal knockout.
They're tough to watch.
That one was particularly.
Like, did you see when Crow Cop kicked Ron Waterman? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's fucking gnarly.
It is hard to watch, but why is it harder to watch than a regular head kick? That's my question. Is it because the regular head kick you kind of move more with it, and the soccer kick you're lying down already?
They're harder to defend.
Yeah. When you're lower, I think you can
generate more power.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
Soccer, like Charlie Brown kicks someone in the face.
Yeah.
I think I could kick someone just as hard to the body. Well, I don't know.
I think you'd be surprised.
You mean they kick harder on the ground?
Fuck yes. Like think about an NFL kicker.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kicking like straight like that?
No, I don't think so, dude. I'm pretty sure that I could kick just as hard to the body as I could to the ground.
I don't think so, Joe.
I think the question is up high. I think up high I would lose something. I lose a little bit up high just from like the leverage. But I think
going straight. I think your leg going straight like this and low. I think that's where most of the power is going to be. Right, boom,
and guaranteed all shin. All shin.
Depends on what kind of kick. Because here's the thing: you could spinning back kick someone in the face when they're down too. That's another thing to think about. Think about
it's
like
so
a ruthless turning side kick. Yes.
Yours, not all of them.
But think about that. Like a dude gets hit, he goes down on one knee, and you fucking
get down. People are gonna die.
You're a dead
People
man.
are gonna die. Yeah.
I mean, if your face is right there and you took a full power turning side kick to the face, hey, look at Brandon. He's so jacked now. He's so thick. This is the one when he KO'd the dude and kicked him to the head when he was on the ground.
Remember when he beat Frank Mir? Was like, I'm taking light heavyweight over.
But you know what happened with him, man? Oh, that's a beautiful straight left. But look at this. Soccer kicks to the back of the head. That shit's rough. Those kind of kicks to the back of the head are
Forget that noise.
Dangerous.
Brandon Vera, always a good guy, man. Always a cool
He's a really
dude.
good guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Really good guy.
I was always a fan of his.
But, you know, he started out as a heavyweight and then dropped down to light heavyweight. But the big thing that happened to him in the UFC was he went through this big, prolonged contract negotiation.
You want to get paid.
He wanted to get paid. And when he came back, there's a tremendous amount of pressure on him. He just didn't perform the same as he did before. Then he fought Fabricio. Fabricio Verdum got on top of him and put the squish down on him and beat the shit out of him. Fabricio's mount. This should be interesting. Jan Blachowicz. Mark Goddard again in the motherfucking house. Who is the gentleman that Blachowicz is fighting? Devin Clark.
Devin Clark.
Do not know Mr. Clark. There's the golden snitch right to the left.
Oh, I didn't see him. He
He's
made
right
an
there,
appearance?
checking piss right there. He's got a little magnifying glass.
Surprised you don't have a hit out on him.
Shaking vials.
Shaking vials, staring at it.
If anybody should have a hit on him, it should be IMG or WME rather.
Right?
People that bought the UFC.
The UFC should dude, you're fucking up our business.
They should find that Russian dude that they got in hiding. Bring him in. Bring him in.
Give him promotion.
Give Nowitzki some new position. Say, look, Jeff, you did a great job, but we're going a different direction.
Going a different direction.
But we got a different job for you.
Kick rocks, nerd.
You're no, keep him on. You don't want to fire him because then he'll talk some shit.
Oh, Jeff, you had a new job. You're actually in marketing. Yeah.
Yeah. He's
marketing.
amazing marketer.
Yeah. We need you to run the social media and shut the fuck up about piss tests.
You have him run the UFC Performance Institute.
Yeah. Hey, piss boy, you just stay. Hey, piss boy, you stay at the UFC Institute now and just keep your mouth shut. You know what you're gonna make? You're gonna make shakes now. You're making shakes for the UFC fighters.
No. You got to give him a prestigious position.
No, we say it's prestigious, but you just do that, and we pay you out the ass to shut the fuck up. How about you make some hemp protein shakes and shut the fuck up?
Yeah, just have them monitor the dudes that are on the treadmill.
Yes.
Good job, guys.
There you go, guys.
Put that hose in your mouth. You know, when they run with the hose, I'm like, what are you, fucking Rocky?
Cold towel? You guys need a cold towel? That should be his gig. The ultimate piss boy.
Oh, that's hilarious. That UFC Performance Institute is fucking amazing.
I haven't seen it.
We should go
love to see
live. You know, the next UFC in Vegas, you should come with me and we'll take a trip.
I went there.
Did you?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, you had a meeting there about Fight Pass, right?
Yep.
About EBI?
And combat jiu-jitsu. Yep.
How did that go?
Good. You know, yeah.
Did it or? Did it?
We're still in
good, bro.
We're still in negotiations about combat jiu-jitsu, which is in 3 weeks, but it's looking good.
And so then it's like they've been doing a lot of promotion, I know, of EBI on Fight Pass.
Yeah.
Like during the fights,
totally.
we've had some nice promotion.
They sat us down. They sat us down and said, listen, look what we do for you. They put a whole presentation. Goes, every time we mention you guys on this show or that show, boom, you know how much that's worth? They broke it down for us, and we're like, fuck. That's pretty badass.
So
it is.
Are you
killer?
Are you in
killer.
contract negotiations with them? That's what's going on?
Combat jiu-jitsu is it's an offshoot. It's a spin-off from EBI. It's 100% combat jiu-jitsu.
And you're trying to sell that
with
to them.
palm strikes.
And you're trying to sell that to Fight Pass?
We're putting on the show, and the UFC wants to be part of it. And I just really can't explain exactly how, but we're gonna figure it out within the next week.
Gotcha.
And but if you don't know what combat jiu-jitsu is, it's basically in between sub-only jiu-jitsu and MMA. It's not MMA, but it's not sub-only. It's right there. It's for jiu-jitsu fanatics who are just interested in seeing, you know, there's like guys that are really into kickboxing and they know everything about kickboxing, but they'll watch MMA a little bit, you know what I mean? But they're into kickboxing. They're in the business. Yeah. And then there's guys like that in boxing. Sure. They'll watch a little MMA. Well, there's guys like that in jiu-jitsu too. A lot of guys in jiu-jitsu do not watch the UFC. You know why? Because they're so into jiu-jitsu. They want to see jiu-jitsu. They watch jiu-jitsu and MMA, but they're not interested in kickboxing, just like a kickboxing guy is not interested in watching jiu-jitsu matches. Sure. So there's a lot of different little genres, and combat jiu-jitsu is for the jiu-jitsu freak that wants to watch jiu-jitsu competition with a little more realism, a little bit closer to MMA. When you add palm strikes, the importance of each position changes tremendously. Like in the sub-only game,
especially, right?
Well, in the sub-only game, that's one aspect. In the sub-only game, the full guard is not important at all. If you never want to play full guard, that's on you. You don't have to. You could win Abu Dhabi in the point system without ever playing full guard. You could win. Full guard is so not important in sub only and in point grappling.
Can you explain what you're allowed to do? What are you allowed to do in combat jiu-jitsu? Can you punch? Can you punch at all?
No, it's palm strikes. It's
only
when they're standing. It's just wrestling. It's not MMA.
Right.
It's not MMA.
Just wrestling,
it's extreme jiu-jitsu. You got to look at it. So wrestling is just standing. It's just wrestling. But as soon as someone hits the ground, you can start throwing palm strikes.
Right.
You know,
but no elbows to the body, no punches to the body,
no punches, just palm strikes to the bodies, nothing, just palm strikes. So it's like, remember the old Gracie in Action videos?
Yeah,
all those challenge matches in Brazil, they had rules. They were just palm strikes in jiu-jitsu. Those were rules. So after we did the first combat jiu-jitsu tournament at EBI 11, that's when I first introduced it. Rorion Gracie calls me. I never talked to Rorion Gracie.
I love Rorion.
Ever. He called Rose Gracie to get my number. He wanted to call me, and I'm on the phone with Rorion Gracie, and he's thanking me for putting together combat jiu-jitsu. He goes, Eddie, this is how we used to do it in Brazil. I wanted Halleck to do this, but Halleck would not do this. This is what we wanted. Thank you. This is the real jiu-jitsu. You know, and I'm like, holy shit, the guy who invented the UFC.
Correct.
Calls me up.
Smart man.
And
what happens if a guy accidentally makes a fist?
It's a foul. It's like a foul.
Do you get a point taken away? Like keep making fists?
Well, it's still no points. We call this finish only because in the first 10 minutes, if there's not a submission or a TKO, that's the only way it could finish. Then we go into overtime, like EBI overtime. But there has to be a finish, so we call it finish only.
So people can get knocked out.
Yeah.
People they haven't got knocked out yet. We did two 4-man tournaments. We did a girl one, the last show, and we did at EBI 11 like 6 months ago. We did the first one. Now we're doing a whole show, Combat Jiu-Jitsu Worlds 1, a whole show, and Gary Tonen's going to be in it. Wagner Rocha's going to be in it. So tomorrow you're going to see Gary Tonen and Wagner Rocha going at it EBI style, and then 3 weeks later you're going to see them going at it with palm strikes.
Wow,
how cool is that going to be?
The palm strikes is interesting because you remember when Boss Rutan burst onto the scene in Pancrase was lighting motherfuckers on fire with palm strikes.
Yes.
Because he figured out, instead of swinging like a bitch, what he figured out is you pull the palm strikes and throw punches. Just you throwing punches.
Break his hand.
That's
why I started doing a lot of it.
So
no, that was the rules.
Yeah, I know. But but even when he went to MMA, he said he would keep the same thing. Even if it was a rule or not, because he said he wouldn't break his hand.
Well, you definitely can, but he threw a lot of punches in MMA.
For sure, but he would still throw hooks and stuff with open hand.
It's not, look, it's the thing about the palm is it's not much softer than punching somebody, but you don't hurt your hand at all.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a guy like Boss Rutan who really knows how to do it well, like Boss has weird wrists. He could pull his hand way further than I can. Like, he pulls his hand way back. Like, he gets his hand, like, back there. Yeah. So he's basically just fucking palm slapping.
Probably works on it, too.
I bet he does.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, so what happens with combat jiu-jitsu is the importance of the positions change. Like all of a sudden when there's palm strikes, full guard is crucial.
Guard is trouble. Yeah, guard would be trouble.
You can't be half guard.
Unnecessary in all of jiu-jitsu. There's guys that win Abu Dhabi multiple times, never put anybody in their full guard. It's so unnecessary. But when there's palm strikes, it's the most important guard.
So it's better to prepare for MMA with that.
That's another reason. So aspiring grapplers that want to start working on like MMA type jiu-jitsu and jiu-jitsu positions and focus on the positions that are going to translate to MMA better, combat jiu-jitsu will get their feet wet. It'll get their feet wet. They'll get to practice. They'll get to practice MMA jiu-jitsu without worrying about getting head kicked or something. You know what I mean? That's what it's for. It's for the jiu-jitsu fanatics that they like to see MMA when there's jiu-jitsu. Well, with combat jiu-jitsu, it's going to be mostly jiu-jitsu.
Well, whenever they like move rules around on combat sports, it makes it interesting. Like that's what they did with K1. They took Muay Thai and they said, you know what, this clinch, you guys clinch too much. The elbows cut people up. You know, knees to the face. Let's cut all the fucking clinch with the knees to the face, like holding and kneeing, and let's just have it turn into kickboxing.
Yeah, try to make it better.
Yeah, they just tried to make it more exciting.
Yeah. This is going to be for guys that like MMA when there's jiu-jitsu in it. Now we're going to get pure MMA style jiu-jitsu, and we don't have to worry about the striking. We love Muay Thai. We love all that, but this is just for the hardcore jiu-jitsu guys. We're going to get a lot of data on what leg lock positions are going to go out the door.
Yeah, that's going to change.
Because in the sub-only game, shit, you can go for any goddamn leg lock you want. But when they're striking, we're going to, not with that one.
Right.
And that one's too risky. Let's just stick with these right here. And that's what we're going to find out.
Are guys working their ground and pound?
Yep.
Like, are guys like getting a bag and just fucking bam,
Oh, do they have to stay down, Eddie? Or
tomorrow,
can I like, you know, if I'm in guard and I'm on top, can I posture up?
Yes. As long as the guy's on the ground, you could stand up. You could be in a horse stance and throw pump strikes.
God damn. Someone's getting knocked
and
out.
tomorrow at EBI 13, it's a regular sub-only 16-man tournament, but we're also having a four-man combat jiu-jitsu tournament with Richie Martinez.
We just missed a knockout. Jan Blachowicz just knocked somebody out.
He's a real veteran. He's bodied up, too. He's a real vet with a body on him.
Yeah, he's jacked. He's very wide.
Yeah, he is. Set of shoulders
let's
on
watch
him.
what happened in the replay.
Might have missed a couple leg days, whatever.
It just stopped the fight for some reason, and then they came back and like right away knocked him out or something.
They stopped it, then we're like, go, and he knocked him out.
Yeah, I missed why he stopped it. I was trying to reset the clock, and I looked back up, and it was over.
Well, we'll get a look at the replay here.
Here we go.
Oh,
Left hook.
Left hook counter.
That wobbled him.
Oh,
he sticks in the choke.
Oh, we got him in a standing choke. Wow, look at that.
Interesting.
Look at that.
That's pretty dope. He was pretty concussed.
It's better than a knockout right there, right?
wow.
Come on.
Sweet.
Standing
Left
rear
hook,
naked.
he's all messed up, and then chokes him
That's
out.
way more dramatic than a knockout right there. You got
on the
standing
knockout.
rear naked choke against the fence, no hooks.
Somebody had some ridiculous elbow knockout yesterday.
Oh, no. How about Heather Hardy?
Oh!
Have you seen this, Eddie? So she was a ridiculous boxer. I mean, one of the best female boxers of all time. It's like, hey, I want to try MMA. She had a good first fight, Madison Square Garden. She fought last night. This girl had 3 fights. But, you know.
No, the girl had 0 MMA
she had 3
fights.
MMA fights.
3 amateur.
Amateur, I meant.
This is her pro debut.
In
her
Bellator.
pro debut, but she was a kickboxer, and she kicked this girl's fucking face in.
Well, Heather rolled like you do in
Christina
boxing.
Williams.
Heather rolled like you do in boxing. That girl
Yeah.
went, hey, boom.
Well, the girl was beating her ass before that.
Did you see her elbows?
Yes.
Like Heather was like, what
From
the
the
fuck are
clinch.
these?
Yeah, she didn't know what to do. She thought she was in a safe position. And also, the girl was lighting her up from the outside with kicks. She was a kickboxing champion, undefeated in kickboxing, undefeated in taekwondo, I think, undefeated in boxing. So the girl, like, knew how to strike.
I root for Heather, man. You hear her story, it's fucking fascinating, man.
What's her story?
Well, she was living with her I think her mom, her grandma, and she had a daughter. And they were all living like a 1-bedroom place in New York. And she was like, I'm going fucking crazy being in the house with the baby all day. I just need an hour to go work out. Someone's like, oh, there's a boxing gym down the street. She goes, walks in the boxing gym, starts to work out. And they're like, damn, you're not bad at this. Boom. Next thing you know, monster.
It's because she didn't run into that chick.
Monster. Well, boxing, I think Heather would murk that fucking
I don't know.
girl.
That
but
girl can fight, man. That
boxing
girl
be
can
a different
box, too.
story, yeah.
I don't know about all that. That
Heather's
girl can
super
box.
high-level boxing.
She
Joe.
is,
Yeah.
but that girl can box, too. She has an undefeated kickboxing record as well. The
Yeah,
girl's no joke.
I hear you. Heather's a monster.
But her control of distance was what's important. And when she was standing in front of her, she would kick, and then she'd move to another angle.
She'd
and then
mix
throw
it
another
up
shot.
nonstop, and Heather just wanted to kind of get in close and play that dirty boxing
Right.
game.
Well, the big thing was the distance. Christina Williams was fighting completely outside. I mean, if you've got to close the distance and you can't throw kicks, like if you're a boxer and you can't throw kicks and the other person can box a little and they can kick good, like this girl can, you're fucked, man. Those kicks hit you a couple times in the arms, and all of a sudden those arms don't work so good anymore. And then you're super nervous.
Can't get in a rhythm. Then you see Heather there. She tried rolling like you do from a left hook or something like that, and that fucking kick hit her so hard, man. Shin right to the face.
Her nose is just destroyed. Like she's never going to look the same again.
She's a pretty girl, too.
Yeah, they're going to have to redo her.
It's a bummer because, their Bellator's banking on her to kind of be the next big thing to carry that women's division.
Were they?
Not that a loss kills her, but...
That kind of loss is a tough one because you get your face caved in. Again, your face caved in is not just losing.
Talking about Cyborg style?
Yeah,
Michael Venom Page?
It's just, the face is so fucked up. Like that, like you just got to wonder, like, how long will it take before that girl could even fight again?
Did you see Michael Venom Page professional boxing debut?
Beautiful.
Granted, the motherfucker he fought was 4-70, whatever.
Yeah.
He murked that dude.
And he did it in a weird way.
Yeah.
Hands down, leaped forward with a straight right, blasted him, and then just stepped on the ropes and looked away.
How exciting is that kid?
He's fun, man. He would be a big star in the UFC. In Bellator,
With the right matchups, yeah.
Yeah, in Bellator, they just do not get the credit that they deserve.
I mean, yeah, I agree. No one gets the credit they deserve, but, you know, he's a big star over there. Like in London, he's big. Him and Paul Daly is going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope it happens.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, there's a video, Jamie. You find a video of the punch.
There it is.
It's kind of crazy. Watch how he does this.
His style's so... Oh! Look at him.
Shit.
Look at him.
Hangs over the
He's
ropes and looks
hilarious,
away.
man.
Yeah, he's kind of comical. That's a
Damn.
serious right hand.
Holy
and there's so much
shit.
stepping into it, so much momentum behind that punch.
Rory Mcdonald was on my show talking about how he'd like to fight him eventually.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun fight. Although if Rory just
Rory
came in
would
with some
dismantle him.
wrestling shoes, would just pick him apart.
He would dismantle him. The problem is Rory's not easy to hit. He's very good on his feet.
Oh, Rory will stay
And
behind a jab if he wants to.
if he
beat
got a
you,
hold of Michael's fucked.
which he
It's
would
just-
do.
Yeah, he's just too high level. Rory has just one of the most comprehensive games, the 170-pound division in the world.
He's the best welterweight in the world.
He very well could be.
He beat
You gotta
the
think
UFC champ.
He beat Woodley, yeah.
But then
You know-
lost, you know, to...
I
Yeah.
think, you know what, man? Rafael Dos Anjos fighting Robbie Lawler. God damn, that's a good fight.
It's a good fight.
We're going to learn a lot about Dos Anjos at 170. Dos Anjos at 170 looks like a fucking murderer.
Looks scary.
He looks like the same guy at 155. I think when he was making that mad run at 155, you know, when he got to the end and he lost to Alvarez, he was just cutting too much weight. He couldn't do it anymore.
Too much weight.
But
and
now you see him at 175. He looks more comfortable. He's got more power. And he's beating the fuck out of people at
I mean,
170.
he ate Neil Magny the fuck
Ate him up, ran through him. Like it was like a world champion fighting a journeyman. That's what it was like.
I wouldn't not even a journeyman. It was like, listen, I love you, Neil, but it looked like fucking amateur hour.
Yeah, he smashed him. Well, Neil's always going to have problems with the real elite guys on the ground. He just doesn't have
Elite
that ground
grapplers
game.
is just that's his downfall. That's his
Yeah.
Achilles heel. Everyone else he can fucks with. You know, he
But
beat
the
Kelvin Gastelum. He's beat top level guys. But if they're really, really good on the ground,
But let's be honest about why he beat Kelvin. Kelvin was overweight, and he came in and he tried to cut too much weight, and he was just diminished. I think Kelvin in shape is just way too much for him. That's my opinion. I just think Kelvin is one of the best in the world.
I'm
I
not
think
saying
when
he's
Kelvin-
not. I'm saying, but matchup wise,
But Kelvin
even
can
at
do
70s
things
can be
to
a tough
him.
fight for Kelvin.
Kelvin can do things to him that he can't do to Kelvin. Kelvin knocks people dead, and he doesn't. Neil is like got incredible cardio, long reach, but he just kind of picks guys apart.
Long range,
You know what
bring
I
in
was
the deeper rounds.
most impressed with him was when he fought
Hendricks?
Hector Lombard.
Lombard, yes.
Because Lombard had him dead. He had him on Queer
Dude, Neil,
Street.
I mean, you can
beaten
say what
up.
you want about Neil, but he beat Hector
Tough.
Lombard, Johnny Hendricks, and Kelvin Gastelum.
Yep. World
I mean-
class. I mean, he's definitely a world class fighter, but that's how good Dos Anjos is. Dos Anjos kicked him one time to the legs. His legs went whoop.
Well, when he took
Went
him
flying
down,
through
it was
the air.
fucking
Took him down with a leg kick.
ate his ass up.
Yeah, he leg kicked him to the ground. I mean, have you seen the size of Dos Anjos' legs at 172?
It's monstrous.
He's so much bigger. It's just so much healthier for him. All these, Dana said something recently that he doesn't think that more weight classes are the solution to weight cutting. I disagree.
Well, what's the solution? Whatever we're doing is not working because there's no one misses more weight than at 55 and 70.
Well, how about Kevin Lee? I mean, if they've got everything locked down, how does Kevin Lee barely make it to 155 and looks like he's on death door and he's 19 pounds over 2 days
Well,
out?
who has it locked down? You're saying?
I'm saying they don't have it locked down.
Fuck no,
So
they
if
don't have it.
said
It's,
that-
it's the biggest issue. Well, besides
Yeah.
some other things, but it's one of the biggest issues in our sport.
And now
is weight
Kevin
cutting.
has said he can't do it anymore. He's gonna move up. He said this weight cut damn
He
near
said
killed
that?
him. Yeah, he's gonna move up.
That staff ain't helping
Who
nobody
said
either.
that?
Yeah,
Kevin Lee.
He's going to 170?
Yeah,
You just got to do same day weigh-in.
yeah.
Nobody will take a
apparently-
chance. No one would kill themselves if it's same day weigh-in. They wouldn't take a chance. That's
Yeah.
That's why like IBJJF does that. EBI does that. Same day you're going to take a chance. You can't take a chance. You just got to compete at what you're really at.
Oh, I see
Yeah.
what you're saying. There. Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
this,
That's
I
They
don't
want,
even
if you
know
got a
how
day
I
to
got it
recover,
off.
they go, damn, I got a day
I
to
can
recover.
cut all this.
I can kill myself.
Right.
I'll have 24 hours to recover. But
Yeah.
when you don't have, like IBJJF, they make you weigh in and then you fight right a
Look
minute
at him
later.
there.
Yeah.
But you know, I love Kevin. He knows, but you know, Tony cut a bunch of weight. He figured it out.
Yeah, but Tony was like 3 pounds over like a couple days out.
Yeah, but
That's
like 2 weeks
super
before,
smart.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony goes down. He has it down to. Dude, he's a soldier, dude. I mean,
But then
he don't fuck around.
But it also, if you're Dana, you you need more weight classes because it's fucking your business up. Because Khabib, I mean, we can't put any money on him. Conor's never gonna fight him. He's not fighting Tony next. Tony don't want to fight him. Like, dude, you can't even make weight.
He's gonna fight Barboza.
Maybe.
Who's gonna fight Barboza?
Habib.
Is it?
Khabib.
No, that's a great fight.
Yeah. Apparently, he's got, according to Cormier, he's got a new nutritionist, and the nutritionist has got him on point.
Well, but it's a discipline issue.
He's got to keep the tiramisu
I don't
away.
Tiramisu. I don't give a fuck if, you know.
It's definitely a discipline issue, but it's also a psychological issue.
You think Tony's going to fight Conor? You think that's going down?
He has to.
It has to, right?
Conor made that post. Conor made that post to Tony. You know when he
recently?
made that? Yeah, he made an Instagram
Talking about the GTA post?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto with him holding a gun, driving a boat.
Because Tony did it first. Because Tony did it first, right?
Well, Tony was talking shit about him. He called him McNugget and all this
yeah, but
different
Tony
shit.
posted
Piece of shit.
But didn't Tony originally post the GTA meme and then Conor responded with his, or vice versa?
I think it's vice versa. I think Conor went at Tony. Look, Conor's smart. He realizes that Tony's a unusual, eccentric character. Yeah, he wrote Tony. Conor is an unusual. Look, he's got a bag of cash in the back. Conor's an unusual, eccentric character. Tony's an unusual, eccentric character too. And Tony, look, Tony has the longest win streak in the UFC's 155-pound division. He is the interim champion, and he's the logical fighter.
He's won 10 in a row, for God's sakes, in the toughest division in the world.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker, no doubt.
Here's the problem.
Legitimate champion.
Here's the problem with that. And I 100% think Conor has to fight Tony next. If you want to be taken serious in your legacy, you have to fight Tony. But if you're Conor's business decision makers, you're going, look at Tony's draw for pay-per-view, though. It's going to be tough for us to sell this thing.
Well, yes, but not with Conor. Like, Conor sells like fucking crazy, and Conor versus Tony sells because Tony's a legit threat.
Conor versus my mom sells.
Right. But Conor versus a legit threat sells. Like, Conor fighting someone sells, but Conor versus a legit threat is where it gets interesting.
Tony is the big fight. That's the big fight.
It's the,
right
I agree.
El
It's only,
Cucuy, are you kidding? He's arrived. Everybody, he's a character.
Well, yeah, but
Eddie,
he's right about
I'm
the
with
pay-per-view
you, but the pay-per-view numbers were fucking
terrible.
awful.
Well,
They were
maybe-
terrible.
Well, you know.
But don't get me wrong.
It takes two to tango.
It does. Right.
Not for Conor, but yeah.
Kevin Lee isn't the biggest name on the planet. Everybody respects him in the game because they know he's a beast. He's coming up, fucking people up, choking people out left and right. They know he's a beast, but the world really didn't know him yet.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
The world doesn't know either of them.
And there was a lot of
They know
controversy.
Tony now. The world knows Tony.
There was a lot of controversy on Kevin's win over Chiesa.
The world knows Tony, for sure.
The whole world doesn't know Tony, but the MMA world knows Tony for sure. But the regular people are the people that you need to get a hold of in order to really buy pay-per-views.
Because the world knows Nate, and that's where the businessmen, the WMEs go, well, let's do Nate, which if you look at any poll, I did a poll, Eric Hawani did a poll, MMA Junkie, everyone goes, no, Tony Ferguson's the fucking fight. You're talking hundreds of thousands of votes. People go, Tony Ferguson's the next fight. But WME's going, yeah, but the money's over here.
Yeah.
But the Nate fight's not going anywhere. And how long are you going to let Conor play this kind of weird make up a fight game?
Well, here's the thing with Nate. Nate made $4 million over 2 fights, and he don't give a fuck. He's like, pay me. You got to pay me.
But the UFC's going to pay you for what? You've lost 4 out of your last 7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he beat Conor, and then the second fight, he arguably had a draw with Conor.
But he lost.
He lost a decision based on a couple of people's opinion. But I think if you went
That's
online,
all that matters, Joe.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Public opinion means a lot. If you went online and you asked people who you think won that fight, I bet you would get very close to 50-50 Nate versus Conor.
Doesn't matter.
But
Win-loss matters.
It does matter in terms of how you sell the fight.
It doesn't, because to sell the fight, if Nate would have won, if those 3 people and had Nate winning, you don't have a third fight.
You could
so those 3 people
absolutely have a third fight after he beats Eddie Alvarez.
Not twice in a row.
Sure. After he beat Eddie Alvarez, you absolutely could have a third fight. Yeah, absolutely. Especially
not if Nate beat him twice.
Not true. Not true. Especially if he beat him by the same decision. If you had the exact same fight and Nate won that decision, which was entirely feasible, right? The second fight was so close that you could easily have given it to Nate. If Nate wins that second fight,
he's beat him twice in a row.
You
do
don't
a third time.
That after Conor knocks out Eddie Alvarez the way he did, if Conor fought Alvarez, knocked him out, you don't think you could sell a third fight because it was so goddamn razor close?
God, 0-2, I guess.
You're looking at the numbers. See, the problem with decisions is these decisions are solidified by 3 people that oftentimes don't even have a fucking background in MMA.
Correct.
And get decisions wrong all the time. That doesn't mean a lot to me. What means a lot to me is how close the fight was. That's what means a lot to me.
If a guy goes
What
0-2,
is
it's
this?
going to be tough to sell me on Trilogy.
What do we got,
The
Jamie?
scorecards from that fight.
Yeah, 47-47, 48-47, 48-47. That's as fucking close as it gets. It's a majority decision. One guy scored a draw. Glenn Trowbridge. I do not remember what I thought. Whether I thought it was went to Conor or went to... You know what? I don't think I watched it again. I'm pretty sure I only watched that fight when
It was a close fucking fight.
Very
super
close.
razor close.
We've seen decisions like in fights that weren't as close go to the other guy.
But no one got robbed in that fight.
I wouldn't say Nate got robbed. I would say that it's a controversial decision because anytime you have a majority decision, there's some controversy to it. But my point is, you could easily sell that fight even if Nate had won.
I think there's other fights
so
to
close.
sell, bigger fights.
If you know, what is a bigger fight? If Nate fought Conor, you think there's a bigger fight than that?
If you're saying, hold on, Joe.
What are you saying?
I'm trying to follow you. So you're saying if Nate beat him twice, the third fight's going to be a big fight right now?
Look, you see this beat 'em stuff. It's the same exact fight. Okay, the same exact fight takes place.
God damn, man. Winning and losing matters.
The same exact fight. The same exact fight. Those three random fucking people, they decide, you know what, this 47-47, I'm going to go 48-47 Diaz. And then the 48-47 goes, you know what, I think it's the opposite. I think it's 48-47.
It's a make-believe world.
It's not a make-believe world because it's entirely feasible that could have
But that
happened.
never happened. And Tony has a
Jesus
belt.
Christ, are you listening to me? It's entirely possible that could have happened in the exact same fight. It's still the same fight. The fight was very close. Those guys are rivals, man, and Nate choked him the fuck out in the first fight. That's always going to be there. So even if Conor got real close, Conor's such a superstar that if he lost a close decision in the second fight, you could absolutely make an argument for a third fight, especially with one or two spectacular performances like the Eddie Alvarez
So
fight.
if we're going off that, we can do any fight. Let's do Jose Aldo. You could say, oh, that was a freak accident, 13 seconds. Let's run that back. That's a huge draw.
I think
I
you
would
could
watch
run
that.
back.
That would be
for sure,
huge.
for sure. And then let's run Eddie Alvarez back if he beats Justin Gaethje.
But the thing about Eddie
Where do we
Alvarez was
stop?
he beat the shit out of Eddie Alvarez and then knocked him out. Eddie was never in that fight. Aldo
Let's bring Chad
just
Mendes
got
back
caught
because
quick.
he took it on 6 day notice.
It's not a bad idea, but Chad's
So
fighting
where
at
do we stop?
145.
I don't see what's so
You know what I'm saying, Joe?
difficult
Like,
what
about.
are you saying? Like, why? I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm just saying, and the Nate fight, it could have went either way, but it didn't happen. So you can make Conor in any fight's going to be big. But
Yeah.
winning and losing does matter at the end of the day. To the general population, it does matter.
It does matter, but when the fights are the exact same, you could easily see the decision go one way or the other. Like, you know there's fights that you've watched where you say, you know what, the guy got the decision, but man, I don't agree with it. You just said
For
that
sure.
with Musasi
For
and
sure.
Shlemenko.
Yeah, it happens all the
right?
time. That's part of the game, though.
I look at that fight. If I look at a fight like that, I absolutely want to see that fight again. I don't care if one guy got a decision from three people that I don't agree with.
That's fine. And I guess we're kind of saying the same thing. I'm saying any fight Conor does is going to be big. Whether
Any fight Conor does is
Any
going to be
fight.
big. But I think we both agree that the big money is in the Nate Diaz fight.
Correct.
And
But
I
it's
think
not the
big
smart
money-
fight to do.
The big money would be in the Nate Diaz fight, even if Nate beat him in the second fight. I really
I don't think
that.
so. I disagree with you there.
I do because I think Conor's a giant superstar. He's not going to be less of a superstar, and I think Nate would be a bigger star.
How many
in
times
fact,
can
I
Conor
think it would
lose
be
to-
worth more money if Nate beat him in the second fight.
I think
Wow.
Tony. I
Because I
think
think Nate would be a bigger star.
Tony and
I
Conor
disagree with
is
you.
about as big as fight you can get in the lightweight division in
Because
UFC
you
history.
trained Tony.
In UFC history, Tony against
Okay.
Conor, and that's like Duran versus Leonard.
I don't think it's the biggest fight, but I think it's
No,
what
it
the
could
purists
be. It's,
like.
it's up there.
It's what
up
the
I don't
purists
think
like.
It's among the best
Yeah.
lightweight
It's
unification.
because Conor's coming off of the Floyd Mayweather
Hey,
high.
dude, people know.
Let's say if Nate, first of all, Eddie, before you rip my head off, I agree. Tony and Conor 100%
Tony's
have
a
to fight
star.
next. He's a star in our world. In the big world, he's not. He's a star in
And
our
now
world.
he is.
Huge star
In the
world.
big world, he is
But
now.
let's say Nate.
Well, hold on a second. You think you can go to the gas station right now and go, hey, man, who's Tony Ferguson?
Depends on the guy who's there. If he
But
has a
don't
UFC
you
shirt,
think-
he'll know.
Okay, pretty much.
If he has a WWE shirt,
What if he
probably
has an
not.
affliction shirt on?
It all
I think
depends.
If you go to the average person and ask them who Nate Diaz is, way more people are going to know who he is
Correct.
than Tony.
Now hear me out, Joe.
But I'm just
Hear
saying
me
that
out, Eddie. What
maybe
if
that is
Nate?
Floyd Mayweather's still a bigger name than they could do that. They could do a rematch and have another big fight, bigger than Kukui. But I'm talking about for the UFC. Fuck everyone outside the UFC. UFC has millions and millions of fans.
Well, Nate's a bigger name.
All over the world. All over the world. He has the interim belt. He has to fight him.
You're right.
Why is there a discussion? He has to
there's
fight
a discussion.
But you're right in terms of like as a purist.
Correct. But Joe, what if this? What if Nate took another fight?
Average UFC fan. I'm right as your average UFC fan.
What if Nate fought Barboza or Khabib and beat them? Think how big that Nate fight would be with Conor then.
That's a big if, though. The problem with that is Nate's lost to a lot
We're
of
talking
guys.
about an if world right now. We're talking if Conor lost.
But we're not right now because we're talking about what pieces are in play right now. Like what do we have right in front of us?
So we're gonna do right now. So if you're doing it right now,
Nate.
Well, if you're going by what the fans have voted, Tony would be the fight that the purists want.
But this is the fans that listen to Ariel Helwani or you. These are hardcore people. In order to make money, you have to get those people, and then you got to get the people who know it peripherally.
Well, then Nate Diaz or Paulie Malignaggi's the next fight.
No, they don't even know who Paulie Malignaggi is.
How dare you?
They don't. Until he fights, unless Conor fights him in boxing.
That's what I'm saying, boxing.
Yeah. But I mean.
Well, but if taking all that out of context, Nate is the bigger fight no matter how we paint this picture.
Yeah.
The fight you should do is Tony, though.
Do you think that Paulie Malignaggi versus Conor is a bigger fight?
Got to get Tony new sunglasses.
Do you think that Paulie Malignaggi versus Conor is a bigger fight in boxing than Nate versus Conor is in MMA?
I think whatever Conor does is big.
Right. Whatever Conor does is big, but I think
it doesn't matter.
I think Nate versus Conor is bigger in MMA than Paulie versus Conor is in boxing.
Probably.
Yeah,
because Paulie's not like a Floyd Mayweather where he's going to get all those boxing fans. Paulie was good and he's a big name. He's on Showtime, but he's not Floyd Mayweather big.
Yeah, it's just a different thing.
You have the whole Nate freaking fan base. You got the Conor fan base. Then you have WME behind that with the hype machine.
Yeah, and they've severely lightened the sanctions on weed.
Yeah, but if you're WME, you're going, what are we going to make the most? Or I'm sorry, not if you're WME. If you're Conor's business planners, you're going, how do we make the most money? It's a McGregor promotion in boxing. We're going to make more money doing that, fighting Paulie. And it's safer than fighting Nate or fighting Tony.
That's true. But if Conor loses 2 in a row in boxing, that severely diminishes his star in MMA. Comes back to MMA. And by the way, they'll strip him of his belt. If he fights another, we got to strip him.
They ain't doing shit to him. The UFC, who's going to do it? He does whatever he wants. He might fight at heavyweight if he wanted to. They're not going to do shit to him. He's too much of a draw.
But Tony or Nate is a dangerous fight. Either fight is a dangerous fight.
Tony and Nate are more dangerous than fighting Paulie.
What is that? Nate?
Nate did his own.
Nate's his own GTA post.
What does it say?
Doesn't say anything. There's no comment. I don't think.
Monument? What is that?
Those are
no,
other
that's just
comments.
a account.
Yeah.
Oh, just that.
I mean, regardless,
Is there a
I'm
Tony
watching
one?
any of them.
There's a Tony Ferguson one
Yeah,
too?
Tony has his.
Can I see
Tony
that?
might have been the first one to do it, I think.
Tony Ferguson. I don't see one. Oh, there it is. Snapdown City.
No, that's not it, is it?
There it is right there. It's a video or something. He's running with bears and Big Bear. Look at him. That's funny.
I like that he trains up there, man. It's really interesting. Does he always rent the same place up there, or does he rent different places?
Different houses.
So he just goes like Airbnb or something like that for a month and a half?
Exactly.
How many weeks does he stay up there?
6 weeks, something like that.
Guy's got phenomenal
5
cardio.
weeks.
He was so calm in that fight too. It's like he knew that Kevin was just going to eventually fade out. Did he know? Did he know about Kevin's staph infection?
No, but I noticed it right when he got in the octagon. As soon as he got in the octagon, I'm like, dude has staph on his chest.
You didn't see that?
The way Tony responded to it, they said, "Did you know he had staph?" He goes, "Yeah, I was trying to punch it. I was using it as a target."
I noticed it. I was calling it on the.
I can't believe you said something.
What'd you think about the fight?
Why did you think I wouldn't say something?
I don't know. Because if you didn't know it was staph, I was like, oh fuck.
I knew it was staph. I like that looks like staph, and I said to DC,
we've had staph enough times to know.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I've had staph twice.
Yeah,
I know what staph looks like. I'm like, that ain't good. That's a bad one too.
When you saw staph, I'm like, oh, he's super screwed. Already, it was a tough matchup. And then you have staph, antibiotics.
And no, he didn't go on antibiotics.
He said he did, I thought.
No, he said he didn't. He said he didn't take the antibiotics because he didn't want it to wreck his cardio. But the staph itself wrecks you.
I thought Tony looked amazing.
No, he did look amazing. But here's the thing. When I was saying it, and I said to DC, I go, hey, man, I go, that looks like Staff to me. Does that look like Staff? And DC's like, yeah, that looks like Staff. Someone was in DC's ear saying, don't say anything. Someone was telling him in the production, like, don't talk about the Staff. Don't talk about the Staff.
And then you just go, that's Staff. They're all, fuck.
Staff. No,
Show's gone rogue.
No. This is before anybody. I noticed it before anybody. I noticed it immediately. He took his shirt off. He ran to the octagon. I'm like, that's Staff.
So the truck saw it before.
The truck was saying to DC, don't say anything. And DC's like, yeah, that looks like Staff. He said it anyway.
You gotta acknowledge it.
He
Yeah,
did
what are
an
you gonna
interview
do?
where he did an interview where he said that they brought it up. Like someone said it to him, and he's like, "No, I'm going to talk about it anyway."
You have to. We're just gonna ignore fucking Staff.
That's
It's a
dangerous.
huge issue, but it's also a huge issue.
Did Tony like wash himself with bleach and shit afterwards? What did
Yes,
he do?
he jumped in the shower.
Yeah, man. Did he have defense soap?
I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. Defense soap makes these little wipes too.
Well,
now.
he's fine.
You
I
can
mean,
put him
so-
on Staph. Look at the size of that fucking Staph infection. I forgot he had him mounted.
Oh,
Yep,
me
and-
too. I forgot about that too.
End of the first round. He escaped though.
Yeah.
Kevin's a talented fucking dude,
super
man.
talented.
He's young.
Look at the size of that Staph infection, though. Jesus Christ.
Some of the worst Staff I've ever seen.
That's a huge pus-filled fucking. How bodied up is that dude, by the way?
For reals.
Jacked. How the fuck did he make 155 too? Because he looks all of 190
He looked
right there.
dead on the scale.
Yeah, he looked very
Looked like
bad.
the Crypt Keeper.
He looked very bad. But that's a terrible Staph infection.
I'll tell you what, Tony versus Connor's a fun matchup, man.
Sure
That's
is.
a great fight.
Tony has survivability. He's got crazy
You gotta
endurance.
kill him.
And
He has crazy.
And
in
he
a good
can-
way. He has crazy where you're going to have to kill him.
He can get things off from everywhere. He can beat you from the ground. He can beat you standing. He can knock you out. He throws these weird off-angle punches. He's got a great chin. He's super durable.
The elbows from the guard, that was what changed everything.
So talented.
Those
Yeah, that's
elbows.
where Kevin was in
You know,
trouble.
most fighters don't know this. They think that, in the mount, 12 to 6 is illegal, right? These straight down. But
Not in-
the upside down mount is full guard.
6 to 12.
They're still the 12 to 6,
12 to 6.
but they're on their back. Those are totally legal.
Correct.
Most fighters still don't know that, and they don't throw them.
Which is strange.
They don't throw them. But you know who was the master of that shit? Jose Pele Landy. OG.
yeah.
He was the first Anderson Silva to shoot box. That was the first one. Anderson Silva was like his little protege. Jose Pele Landy, when he fought Macaco back in the late 90s and Valetuda Mecca and all that stuff. Remember what was
bare
that?
knuckles.
Remember that?
Yeah.
In high school gyms, they had a rivalry. Macaco was he still fights now. Macaco was a jiu-jitsu guy, and Pele was the Muay Thai guy. But anytime Macaco would take him down in full guard, Pele would put his feet on his hips and throw those 12 to 6 from the
God damn.
guard and fucking would brutalize Macaco.
That's some power.
It's like you didn't want to take this. If that's all you focused on from the full
Did
guard.
you guys train a lot of it?
It's hard to train those, but we, in full guard, would say, remember,
Yeah, he
always. You look at Ben Saunders; it's part of the game.
Yeah.
Rubber guard and elbows,
Yeah.
they work hand in hand.
Yeah.
Well, you
It's
remember
part of
when
it.
Jason Day fought Alan Belcher?
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. Jason Day versus Alan Belcher. He threw like 22 elbows from mission control.
Yeah,
he had him in
Alan
mission
was
control.
just
That's
trapped.
it's part of the system. If you can't get him in a position where you want him, just get to mission control and throw elbows. But in the situation in Tony's fight, Kevin Lee didn't want to stay on his feet. He wanted Tony on the ground. So when you have a situation like that where Tony's winning the stand-up, he wants to stand up, but you got a wrestler on top of you. Now you can put
Embrace
your
it.
feet. You can put your feet on the hips, because if Kevin wanted to keep the fight standing, let's say he was beating Tony standing, then Tony putting his feet on the hips would be bad, because then Kevin would stand up and now we got to drag him to the ground again. But since Kevin didn't want to stand, now you're free to throw those 12 to 6 from the bottom. You put the feet on the hips, and because Kevin has to put the pressure, so it's perfect. You just hold yourself up, and you can't even fire back. When you got your feet on the
you gotta
hips,
worry
your
about it.
knees are blocking the shoulders. So dudes can't even fire back. And if you set the pace first, he's got to block. He doesn't have time to throw because you're coming straight with those elbows. You watch that fight. Kevin was confused with the elbows. That threw everything off.
That's what set up the submission
Exactly,
too.
exactly.
I'll tell you what's interesting is in the fight with Tony and Conor. Let's say that's next. If Tony goes, you know what, I'm gonna do my weird movement, but I'm just gonna grapple the fuck out of you. I don't know how good of a fight you have. Because Tony's an amazing wrestler. People don't realize how good of a wrestler he is.
It's
so
not
if he goes,
a good fight for Conor, I'll tell you that. That's
if Tony doesn't want it to be a good fight, if Tony goes, you know what? You think you're the best standing up? I think I'm the best. Watch this. You have a classic on your hands. But if Tony goes, I'm just going back to my wrestling days, you're fucked. It's not great for Conor.
I think it's still great because if he finishes him, it's great. If he gets Conor to ground, beats him up, and strangles him.
I'm saying for Conor. Well, for Tony, it's great no matter what.
I think it's a dangerous fight for Conor. I think it's a very
it's dangerous for both guys. Super dangerous for Conor.
Yeah.
Tony's the most dangerous guy in that division by far. He doesn't do anything bad.
About judging, we were talking about the arbitrary 3 people. I think that's a very flawed system, and I think it's completely unnecessary today. I think today, with access to voting and online voting,
a fan vote,
not a fan vote. A vote of experts, a panel of experts. You get a bunch of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts that are, also MMA journalists, different referees and judges. Have a panel of who know what's going on. Like, how does the Academy Awards work? I don't know how it works, but I would assume it's a bunch of people that are experts
who are in the business.
Film, who are in the business.
It's a good idea, Joe.
Yes,
that's a great idea.
No, well, that's different.
How dare you?
Going up to Harvey Weinstein.
Talking the Weinstein
massages.
Oh man,
it's crazy, right?
That documentary, an open secret. Watch that shit.
I keep hearing about that.
An open secret. Watch.
Is it about?
It's about pedophilia in Hollywood, right?
It's about Hollywood managers who manage kids. It's a racket, man.
Did you hear that kid from
They're
Strange...
just grooming these kids, dude.
That kid from Strange Things?
To suck their dick.
Stranger Things.
He just left his manager, and they're alleging sexual abuse. They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin.
The curly-haired kid. Oh, yeah. And he's
Owen Benjamin just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be fucking transgender, and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
What's up with this transgender shit?
Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of accused of sexual assault. Disney star follows suit. Jesus Christ, this is nuts.
Watch an open secret, and they go through. Dude, they pick. They're accusing people. It's for free. I think on Vimeo.
Yeah, you
can watch it for free. An open secret.
Just on YouTube or something.
On Vimeo.
You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music.
What?
He said in music there's a bunch of pedos and pederasts
for sure.
in music as well.
The entertainment business all the way through. Music. This was about. This is about music and movies and TV. It's about the whole entertainment business.
Women and kids.
Mostly kids.
And sometimes dudes. Terry Crews said that he was attacked. Well, not attacked. Some dude grabbed his dick
in front of his wife.
Some famous dude grabbed his dick. You know who else said that? Who was that fucking big-time football player that was in that weird movie with John Travolta? Howie Long. Howie Long said the exact same shit was happening to him.
Someone grabbed Howie Long's dick?
Guys were coming after Howie Long. Guys were propositioning him, trying to tell him that this is what you have to do to make it in the movie business.
Like suck dick or fuck girls?
You know who else it happened to? Hulk Hogan. Same thing happened to Hulk Hogan.
No way.
Yes.
Hulk Hogan got molested trying to be in movies?
Hulk Hogan got propositioned by a high-level movie person that told him this is how the game is played.
And did he do it and make those terrible movies?
No, that's why he's not in movies, or why he isn't in
Tell you what,
you
look at guys who are killing it, super skeptical hippos.
Yeah,
what did Vin
coming
Diesel
out
do?
now. Shit's coming out now.
Donald Sterling, look at these beautiful black bodies. What is that?
Something that I heard about before he got in trouble, that this is why a lot of players didn't want to play for him, because he was known to bring people down in the locker room to look at his players showering and whatnot. And they were just like super uncomfortable with
God
it.
damn, what is wrong with it? Why is everyone so fucking creepy? Why can't people be cool? Be cool, man.
Dude.
But hey, man, my idea about go back to
watch your kids. Watch your motherfucking kids.
Don't let your kids be around weird fucking agents and take them to auditions.
No, don't let your kids get into acting. Do not let your kids get into that shit.
Has it ever worked out?
Well, the other thing is, like, look at what happened with that Sandusky guy. That guy was taking care of kids. Like, his whole thing was like, hey, I do charitable work with children. I do charitable work and I take care of these kids. Yeah, I'm just all about helping kids. It's all about helping kids. They're our future.
How about Callan went to summer camp, got his dick sucked by a counselor? I think he got jacked off. His friend got his dick sucked.
Damn. How about that guy?
It's funny because it's Callan. I'm not advocating any of this.
What's that famous guy? He's a famous dude in the UK who died, and then they found out. What's his name? What's that guy's name?
Jimmy Seville.
Yeah. That guy.
What'd he do?
That guy was a kid fucker. Like
he was super famous.
Yeah, super famous.
For what? What did he do?
He had a big talk show. in England.
Bring
and
him up,
for
Jamie?
years.
He was
they
like Benny
had-
Hill.
Yeah, that's the guy. Look,
No
and look
sh-
how
no
gross
shit, he fucks
Look at the
kids.
picture above him. Look at that picture above with the red glasses above with the crazy hair. One more. Yeah,
Oh
right there. Look at
my
that picture.
God! If you
imagine
left your
that
kid
guy-
alone with that fucking guy, you should be slapped.
Imagine that guy putting his dick in your mouth.
Is there a documentary on him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that called? Because
Well,
holy
they
shit.
kept this a secret for a long time because this guy was like a big star over there.
Look at his motherfucking
like
teeth.
Who
Yeah,
kept it a
like-
secret? Like the media?
The people that
They cover it
worked
up?
with him, like everyone knew that like
But
he was
what
a
about-
creep.
what
Louis
about-
Theroux's? Go back to that.
What about law enforcement in the UK? You know
Louis
what I mean?
Theroux's new Jimmy Savile, is that how I say it? Savile documentary is a horrible misstep. Oh,
I don't know.
Louis Theroux is awesome. I doubt that he fucked anything up. That guy makes some of the best fucking documentaries going.
Yeah, he's a monster.
It's probably some.
Yeah, someone is a hater.
Exactly.
Man, that
There's
is
a
so
lot of fucking
heavy.
haters out there.
Dude, think about that. Think about
Donald
all the shit
Cerrone.
that's going on.
Donald Cerrone. Yeah.
It's the only fight I want to see.
Yeah, man, there is
Look at
a
this.
lot of Jimmy Savile gropes teenager in newly released Louis Theroux footage. Ugh.
Yikes.
Powerful, shitty.
Have you
ponytail.
seen the stuff that Joe Biden, Joe Biden, the former vice president? Dude, there's videos on him, like at the White House and taking pictures with kids, dude.
Yeah, looking
Have
weird.
you seen that,
Really? I haven't
dude?
seen him.
Have you seen that shit?
He's like, he's groping him and shit?
I just think he's super awkward with
Those guys
kids.
are when you're untouchable, when there's no way you're going to get busted for anything, murder, child molestation, dude, you don't give a fuck. You just do it out in the
I
open.
don't give a
You do
fuck
it-
who
do it.
you are. You grab my kid anywhere.
Look at
That's
this,
not
look at this.
appropriate.
There's a lot of, he's like, dude, that guy's a sick bastard.
Well, it looks like we said
Look at that.
earmuffs there and just told our secret.
Look at
Yeah, I
that
mean,
shit.
the problem is you're taking like a screenshot.
No, I've seen the videos.
God.
I've seen,
I have
and
too.
I've heard the audio. You could hear what he says to these kids.
What does he say?
Creepy ass shit.
Like, get like what? Like,
Do he just keeps, he's taking pictures of all these kids and he's just like, just whispering in their ear and, oh, you're beautiful.
Biography of a big government creep. Ew.
There's video of this. These are stills, but there's actually video of this shit.
And this is, by the way, what you're seeing in public, right?
Yeah, he don't care. They don't give a shit.
Well, no, it's not that he doesn't care. It's just that's a small version of probably what he's like behind closed doors.
if you're a big Hollywood actor, or maybe you're not, and you didn't get sexually harassed, or you like pissed off
right now.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, what the fuck,
if
man?
you're an actress and you worked with Harvey Weinstein, you never tried
never
to get
hit
to
on
suck
you?
his dick. You're like, what is
you
wrong
ugly.
with me?
Well,
Am I
you
fat?
ugly. Yeah, you
What
ugly.
the fuck is wrong with my face?
They're really going after him. That seems weird.
It doesn't seem weird, dude. Look at
Hell
all the
yeah, they're
people.
going after
that
him.
guy's entire business. Here's the thing: he's one of many. There's got to be like a bunch of people that ran their business that way.
But Weinstein, they say like in Hollywood, like my agent's like, oh no, yeah, it's about time you got caught. I'm like, what the fuck? Everyone knew this.
Dude,
like
they had
everyone
it-
knew.
Did you see
Everyone
his
knew.
contract? It was in his contract. The way he had his contract set up was like they had a certain amount of money that he would have to pay if he had a sexual harassment claim against him. It was like
It was a thing for him.
yes. Like he had so many claims. That's like first offense was $100,000, second offense
Oh
was
my God.
$250,000, third offense was $750,000, fourth offense
What
was
do
$1
you mean?
million.
What?
He had it written into his fucking contract,
What
with
contract?
Miramax. His contract with the Weinstein Company. Like
He
it's like,
owned Miramax, right?
I don't know. Explain that contract. Like he'd have to pay $100,000.
Yes, yes. They're protecting themselves.
Oh, when they
from
sign
sexual
him,
harassment.
when they sign him, they go, okay. The first time you fuck with
Yeah.
one of these girls, it's
Yeah.
gonna be $100,000.
Yes.
Second time, it's
See,
200.
it's not
Holy
just him.
shit!
Yes, I mean it was.
That's
so,
how big of a problem it
yes,
was.
it was such a huge. It was so known of what he would do, and look, even Quentin Tarantino said that he did it to his ex-girlfriend.
What?
Quentin Tarantino said he knew about it. Yeah, he did it to Mira Sorvino.
Dude, and could Harvey Weinstein get any fucking uglier?
Did you
He
see
is
his
a
wife?
hideous
He's got a
man.
young ass wife.
He's so gross.
He looks like a troll.
What he looks like is a sexual predator in a Harvey Weinstein movie.
Correct. Like
Yeah.
like if it was a shitty Lifetime movie, like come on, let's do a little better than that. That
Yeah.
looks unrealistic. He's hideous.
Yeah.
I think you know what I think. The
He's
big,
so bad
listen,
looking.
Listen, the girls that he's harassing, them. Most of them bitches are fucking trash, anyways. You know what I mean?
No. Here's the
what I'm
thing.
Jesus
saying is, I
Christ,
think they're
Eddie.
distracting. What about the kids? Fuck them bitches. What about the kids that's going on?
I
Let's
don't
focus on
think
that.
those girls are trash. I
What-
think
what-
they're just actors. But here's the question. Here's the problem. This is what Whitney told me. Whitney
Cummins?
said, yes,
She knows her shit.
She knows her shit. What she said is
She doesn't
there's a
lie.
lot of girls that aren't saying a word because they did fuck them. And they
Of
fucked
course.
them for parts. They fucked them for like editing.
Of course.
They fucked them for a lot of things. Gwyneth Paltrow, that's the rumor. But that this is like a standard thing that Weinstein would do, and women agreed to it because he was a powerful motherfucker that could get them the world.
Oh, hold up.
Make them superstars.
However many, whatever, 50 girls are coming out with claims against him, he's probably fucked 5,000 who aren't coming out.
I think that's probably a real number.
And ridiculously hot girls we all know about. Now, would I suck his dick to be the next Batman? Yeah, probably, man.
Donald Cerrone, Darren
They need
Till.
to focus on the kids.
There we go. Well, that's certainly an issue, but
It's
that
a way
wasn't the
bigger
thing with
issue
Harvey. But
than
that's
these
the thing
chicks
with
trying
that.
to fuck for parts. You know what I mean?
Well,
Fuck
don't
them.
you remember Bryan Singer? Remember that guy who's the X-Men guy? That guy got busted because some 17-year-old boy was saying that he got used by him at a party, and they would pass him around to all their friends.
What?
And they had all these boys.
What guy?
Bryan Singer,
From
the guy
X-Files.
that no, X-Men.
Oh, my bad.
X-Files.
I thought you were talking about the guy with X-Files.
No, X-Men. Brian,
Yeah,
the
that's-
director,
you know what,
the
that's-
famous director.
Oh.
Yeah,
word.
that's the guy. He's in the movie,
Oh,
An
I'm
Open
sure.
Secret.
I'm sure.
It's about him.
Hold up. He was just some dude, like,
The
gay
director of
17-year-old?
X-Men.
Here he goes. Look at that. The sad turn behind L.A. party scene that took down Bryan Singer. Like, he would have all these, like, young boys with him. And there's a picture of them at a pool. It is fucking hilarious. There's, like, look, hold on. Scroll back up. Look at this picture. Like, look at him and all these young boys.
That's him
Like,
on the right?
That's him above with the glasses.
Oh.
Or no, the one with the arm wrapped around.
He looks
rather.
like Yellow Bastard
Next
from
to the
Sin
guy
City.
with the glasses. It's him with his arm wrapped around. him.
gotcha.
Wrapped around that boy, like put his hand on the
Okay.
the kid's chest.
Well,
that
that's
kid looks
weird.
like he's all of 16, right? So there's a picture of him at a party that he threw at his place that is hilarious. Because
that
the party has all these young twinks in a pool. And the pool's lights are red, like they butt fucked so much that they just bled out, and the whole pool became red.
Oh,
Look
my
at it right
God,
there.
Joe.
Look at that. Tell me that
What
doesn't
the
look like that.
fuck, man?
That's party at Brian's
Are they
house.
all-
Holla. Jesus Christ.
Are they all underage?
No, probably not. But
Well,
here's
then
the
nothing's
thing.
wrong with if they're
I
not
don't know
underage.
how many of them were, but some of them apparently were underage.
Holy shit. It just seems like
It's a cockfest.
if you're a young boy and you're trying to be an actor in Hollywood or a singer, how are you going to avoid that shit?
Look at these fucking parties. All these guys with hands on each other. Well, the thing about gay guys, right, is like a lot of gay guys like guys that look younger. They like cute guys.
Twinks.
They call them twinks. They don't have a lot of hair. Which is really funny because Andy, what the fuck's his name from the guy from that runs Bravo. What's that guy's name?
Oh, Andy Cohen.
Yeah, that guy. He got in trouble for saying twink, and he's gay.
Really?
Yeah.
He's gay as shit. He's
People
awesome.
are just getting
What's
mad
twink?
at everything. Twink is like a thin, hairless, like
Well-groomed, young, skinny,
young
and
gay
shaped
guy.
kid.
They
Oh
call
my
him twinks.
God.
Guy. Sorry. not
Here,
kid.
Darren
my
Till
God.
walking into the octagon. Let's actually watch this fight because I get creeped out. We all have kids.
Yeah, I feel sick after all
Yeah.
that talk.
It makes me sick.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Well, Corey Feldman apparently has been talking a lot about it too.
Yeah,
Saying
everyone
that
thought he
he-
was crazy.
Well,
And you know when
he
s-
is crazy. But the question is, why is he crazy?
Yeah.
Like, is he crazy because he was molested? I mean, he doesn't say, he doesn't name names, but maybe he will.
If someone
You know?
said 80% of kids in Hollywood or in the entertainment business have had some kind of run-in with someone trying to molest them, would you believe it?
Yes.
80%?
Yes.
I would say
90?
I don't know. I don't want to give out crazy numbers. I would say a large number.
I wouldn't be
Like the
surprised
Russian
by it.
Olympic team? Like
No, I don't think it's that
rate?
bad. I don't
That
think it's
rate?
that bad because I think there's legitimate agents, there's legitimate managers, and I think Disney has a pretty great record
But
of like
they
putting on
probably
those
could never
kids
get any work.
shows.
They're probably legit, but those ones don't get any work. It
Well,
just
those
seems like it
kids shows-
accelerates. Like they just hook each other up and they're just looking for. They're only
bumming me
gonna.
out.
Some of them do. There's definitely predators that are organized. Definitely.
No one ever made any advances at you, Joe?
No.
Never. Nothing.
No.
Not like,
No.
hey, come give me a
I had
back
a
rub.
comic, a
Alex
gay
Jones
comic.
said he got molested in Hollywood. When
Alex Jones did?
Alex Jones talked about that.
He's
When-
probably roofing himself. Walked into a
He was
party.
in that. Remember, he was in that movie with Keanu
put a
Reeves.
camera on me.
He was in the movie with Keanu Reeves.
Yes, yes.
That one animated.
Yeah.
Called
That was- I forget
Awake
that.
or something.
Waking Life?
Waking Life.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
He was in that.
He was driving. This was before anybody knew who Alex was, and I was friends with him even back then. But they animated him ranting, driving down the street. See, play some of that. Play some of it.
There it is.
propaganda rolling across the picket line. Lay down, GI, lay down, GI. We saw it all through the 20th century. And now in the 21st century, it's time to stand up and realize that we should not allow ourselves to be crammed into this rat maze. We should not submit to dehumanization. I don't know about you, but I'm concerned with what's happening in this world. I'm concerned with the structure. I'm concerned with the systems of control.
It's great
those
animation.
That control my life and those that seek to control it even more. I want freedom. That's what I want, and that's what you should want. It's up to each and every
My favorite all-time Alex Jones clip is when
awesome.
he keeps getting mad and swearing. Then he says, "I apologize. I shouldn't have said that." And he's like a compilation of him freaking
Wait,
out.
so he did that one movie and got molested?
He's
Instantly, even though he was animated, they molested his animated character.
Just
Hey, that's what he said on his show. He's I don't
God
know.
damn.
I don't know if it was during that movie,
Alex
but
is at least 10% crazy, though. You agree, right?
what was that?
He's at least 10% crazy.
But on the stuff that he reports
I'd
on
say 50,
InfoWars,
Joe.
I
I'd
would
go
say
with
he's
50.
about 85% correct.
That's probably a good number. At least 80, right? Like
Yeah.
80%, he's talking about some stuff that's probably legit. Occasionally he goes off the rails into the
Yeah,
woods.
he's
That hurts him.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You can't be 100% right.
No, but the problem is he's always looking for conspiracies that might
Yeah.
not exist. And then people can discredit him because of the misses.
we got to take
If
some
you look
swings
at-
and
if
hit
you-
a home run, right?
You know
Yeah,
what?
it's true,
You know
right?
what? When we're making all these accusations, against criminals, a couple of them are not going to stick, and you might be wrong about a couple
Yeah.
murderers here and there, but they're still murderers. So we should focus on the fact that Alex Jones on InfoWars, if you think that's a fake news station then you've been brainwashed, because that's where most of the truth is coming from. It's coming from InfoWars.
Yeah, my man.
And the mainstream
Let's,
media, is trying to convince you that InfoWars is 100% fake news when they're the fake news.
Bro, my man
Let's
Cowboy
watch
needs
this one.
Propecia.
Does he?
Yeah, a little bit.
No.
Looks like his hair saying "See ya, Cowboy."
Really?
You'll see it. You'll see it. Wait till you see it. You guys know I love Cowboy. Wait
I
till you
think
see
he's
it.
just got messed up hair.
Sir,
That's
wait till
funny.
you see it.
I like the
on.
see ya cowboy part. I thought that was funny, Brendan.
See ya. Maybe.
No one has a
Maybe.
receding hairline like that.
I do.
No.
My shit's way worse. Look at mine.
No, it is
Come
not,
on.
Eddie.
I like the new hairstyle you're rocking. I like that.
High
Little
fade
shaved
top
on the
looks nice.
side.
Yeah.
All the way up
You
to
look
the
like
top.
you look like a guy from Fury. You seen that movie?
You caught me freshly haircut. I do this
like
all the
it.
time, but when you see me, it grows out a little bit.
Right.
But
Oh,
once
word.
every 2 months, I cut my hair.
We got a big day tomorrow, so you cut your hair.
Hell yeah,
Dude,
hell yeah.
I still
You know,
have-
Denny's doing combat jiu-jitsu tomorrow.
Oh shit! Is he really?
Yeah, I put together a special match. It's an alternate match for the 4-man tournament that Boogeyman's doing. Boogeyman is doing combat jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
Holy shit.
shit.
Think about that shit. And then Denny is fighting another black belt in just an alternate single match, which is going to be like a little super fight.
So let me tell you what Vinny Sherman says about this guy, Darren Till, because Vinny Sherman's very high on him. You know, Vinny's a big-time Muay Thai commentator. He knows a lot of shit about Muay Thai.
Till's a
He
monster.
said Darren Till was beating men at 15 years of age, went to Romania and won an 8-man tournament, fought 2 fights with a broken foot at 17, started training under Colin Heron from Kaboon, a guy who was a super Thai boxer himself, now a successful MMA gym known as Colin for 30 years, a top coach. Till's super determined, lived in Brazil too, and he's a real rags to riches story.
He got stabbed. He had to go to Brazil because he got stabbed twice.
This guy right here?
Yeah.
He got stabbed in
He's
England.
Brazilian?
In Liverpool, his coach was like, "Yo, man, if you want to be successful, you need to move to Brazil. Move to Brazil."
Why?
Went undefeated there, just because so much shit in
But
Liverpool.
He got stabbed in
at
Liverpool
a party.
because
Yeah,
people are so fucking crazy.
yeah. It's just he's running with a rough
A lot
crowd.
of stabbings going on. I saw a crazy
In England,
statistic where the stabbing is through the roof, right? And no one's banning knives.
England has a lot of
I'd rather
stabbing.
get stabbed than shot.
Well, if you ban knives, how are you going to cut your steak? All right, here we go. Darren Till, Cowboy
Scissors,
Cerrone.
Joe.
Here we go. Here we go. Scissors.
They're going to start
You don't
banning
need to
Ram-
stab people.
Dude,
Rambo
look how
knives.
big Till is. First of all,
Yeah,
at
Till's a
welterweight,
legit,
he's fucking huge.
He's a legit welterweight, and Donald just swung and missed with a leg kick. And
Donald's a slow starter, man. This is a trouble fight
Till's
for him.
got some good Donald went for the takedown.
Till's
Let's see if Till can
takedown defense is
defend.
good.
Very good. Till defended.
Such a dangerous
He
fight.
could have
for
pulled
Cowboy.
guard right there.
Till's a super high-level kickboxer. You see good distance control already.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
he just tagged him. He clipped him. Not clean.
Did you
but-
hear how Till got this? Oh
Ooh.
my god!
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
You got to come forward at Donald if you're going to beat him. You can't let him sit back and get comfortable,
Well, he's a bigger fighter too. Look up. Oh shit.
dude.
Oh,
he
shit.
just dinged him. This is a bad fight.
He's got to shoot and pull guard here.
Yeah, this is a bad fight.
He's got to shoot and pull guard.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's getting tagged.
What else?
Cowboy
is he
doesn't
do?
move his head, man.
The Cowboy's firing back. Cowboy's not out of it. You got to remember all the times Cowboy's been in trouble in the past.
He's a slow starter,
But
man.
the thing
Then once
is,
he gets going, he's trouble.
This guy legitimately might be the best striker he's
There it
fought
is.
in
There
MMA.
it is. This is his chance right here.
There it is.
Jump on his back. Ooh, he's got
right back up to
good
his feet.
get-ups.
I mean, he fought in
Shit.
Brazil, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he fought in some weird Brazil fights. I'm sure he's been taken down a bunch.
Good defense. Back up to his feet.
I don't know anything about this guy. Fuck.
I didn't either at first, and I talked shit about him. He lashed out at me. I did my research. I went, oh, fuck. This kid is a
Oh, are
a
you
big
talking
deal.
about this main event?
Yeah, I was talking shit about him.
Good
till
knee to the body by
started talking
Cowboy.
shit.
What's his name again?
Darren Till.
Darren Till.
Fascinating
Here we go.
story. Powerful
Separated.
Liverpool story.
Here's the thing, like, Donald has been doing a lot of other shit, too. Hasn't he been doing a movie?
Movie, yeah. TV,
Oh, we clipped him.
TV show,
Clipped
right?
him low. Clipped him an uppercut there.
And then you got young Till, who's a monster, who's just, this is all he's thinking about. It's the
Ooh,
biggest
nice
opportunity of his
jab.
life.
Nice jab by Till. Looking very good. And good distance control on the feet.
How relaxed he is for his first main event's crazy. And he's fucking, I can't get over how big he is.
Oh, dude, he's tuning Cowboy up.
And he just doesn't respect Cowboys' striking.
His hands
right
are
now.
low. Look at how low his hands are. He doesn't really give a shit.
Well, you got to think Cowboy striking is good for MMA, but at the level that, you know, you're talking about like Glory or, you know, Lion Fight, like real high level Muay Thai guys.
How far did he go? What
Darren,
did he do?
Well, Darren, like I was just saying, won
I
an
missed that
8-man
part.
tournament in Romania.
Oh, fuck, that
And
uppercut is nasty.
Vinny Sherman, who's a bit, I'm trying to watch this and talk at the same time. Vinny Sherman, oh, that's a good kick to the body
good
by
kick.
Cowboy. Vinny Sherman's very high on this guy. He says he's a very legit Muay Thai fighter.
The people who are in the know in the business are super high in Darren Till. Super, super high.
And you're seeing it here just from his distance control and his footwork and movement. Like every time Cowboy's trying to kick him, he's just sliding away.
Yeah, he's
Look at his beautiful right jab, too. And he's a southpaw, too.
and his side. Oh, shit!
He's landing
set
that
him up.
straight left, and he's set up, will land that uppercut. He's done that twice to Cowboy.
Oh,
Cowboy keeps
shit.
ducking
Tagged him
down.
again. Cowboy is getting lit up, man. He's getting lit up, and he's not having much success.
You know, if you're the UFC though, and you're looking for, you know, fresh stars and new blood, this is what you do, isn't it?
Yeah, it is what you do. And Cowboy's the guy that will fight anybody, anywhere, flies to fucking Poland to fight this kid. You know, and said, I didn't watch any footage on him. I don't know shit about him. I heard he's a good stand-up. Good. I love to strike.
Which is why we love Cowboy,
Yeah.
but it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, especially is when you're a big name. Like Cowboy's a huge name. So for Cowboy to fight this guy who is arguably one of the best strikers he's ever fought, and he didn't really look into him much.
But it does nothing for Cowboy. So you beat him, they go, yeah, you beat a guy we've never heard of. You lose to him.
Oh, he just got hurt. He just got hurt. Darren just lit him up.
This fucking
elbowed
fuck,
him.
bro. This kid
Oh,
is
dude.
fucking
Cowboy's in
gnarly.
big trouble.
Knees, Till.
Cowboy's in big trouble. Oh shit, this is
That
it.
elbow
That's it.
fucked him
That's
up.
it. Cowboy just got stopped. First round, smashed, ran through.
What a story.
Damn.
He
There's
just
a
got ran through.
I
We
love
got a new-
Cowboy,
we
but
got
what
a
a
new
story on Till, right?
contender here at
Dude,
170.
he just ran through Cowboy. Just
What about,
ran
like,
through him.
what about him
Walked
and like
through him.
Yeah, just
Literally
smashed
just
him.
smashed
You think-
Donald Cerrone.
wow?
Just smashed him.
This guy has the ability to maybe, you know, contend for the belt.
Fuck.
Just-
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
His takedown, his size.
Him and
He's only-
Woodley?
dude,
I mean,
he's
what-
only 24.
He's 24 with that extensive of a striking.
Yeah. And he just turned into a fucking star. At least in our small group of MMA fans.
This is on Fight Pass.
Right.
There
The
might be
problem.
40,000 people watching. Us
Right.
talking about it.
It
hopefully
might not
help
even
them
be
out.
40,000, but
I highly doubt it.
This is bigger than that. Like, however,
This?
watching this.
You put a YouTube video out taking a piss, it gets more views.
Oh,
than
we have
this.
40,000 watching on here.
Yeah, we're beating them. Yeah, we're beating them.
But then when it,
It
goes
sucks
to
for Till.
iTunes,
It used to be like 2,000. Remember those days? 1,200, 1,500.
But when it, look at that elbow he landed on him. Jesus Christ. Oh, dude, he tuned Cowboy up. I mean, that is just an absolute beating.
I hate seeing it for Cowboy. Like, and this is the reason why Cowboy's so big. But then it's also like it fucks you, man, because you're never gonna be world champion fighting like this.
Well, it's also Cowboy has had a few of these fights recently. Masvidal beat the shit out of him. You know, the Robbie Lawler fight, his last fight was a rough fight.
Well, some people, I don't think Cowboy won that fight, but it was a controversial fight.
Yes.
Back to the judges.
Yes.
Some people think Cowboy won.
controversial.
I think Cowboy lost that fight 2-1.
I think he lost too, because especially like Robbie really came on strong in that last round.
The first round, if you have 10-8, it'd be a draw. But
Cowboy is shaking his head. His nose is smashed.
He's lost 3 in a row, brother.
Yeah.
That's a rough go when you're Cowboy's age.
Lost 3 in a row and just got murked by a young kid. A 24-year-old kid just lit him on fire.
24-year-old stud, though. At least it's not just some random fucking guy.
Well,
that's why you don't fight randoms in Poland, though.
Right. Well,
and plus he should be at 55. He's a 55er.
Yes.
I mean, he's one of those guys that went up to 170, like Dos Anjos, and generally
I don't know
that
if you can
doesn't
say
work.
that, though. It does work, though.
I mean, not that often. How
Because
often?
we were just talking about Kevin Lee. Like, Cowboy's killed himself at 55.
But he was dominant at 55. Cowboy.
Never a champion. He got closer to a belt at 70 than he did 55.
Did he?
He lost the belt at 55. Like,
this is
whenever
what
he fought, he got smoked.
We have to worry about how the Cowboy show ends. Because Cowboy getting stopped like that in this fight, like, you got to wonder how many more of those are we going to see, and what toll is that going to take on Cowboy? Because of that style that he has, because of the fact that he's willing to fight anybody, and because of the fact that he spends his money like water. Like,
that's the game you play, though. Like, it's Cowboy. Like, that's the persona he has. You're Cowboy. You fight anyone, anywhere. And then once that stops,
I know that. What I'm saying is,
I'm with you.
We got to worry about how this story ends, because when you're 34, you don't get younger. You just get older.
But he's still a name. So how many more fights will they give him?
Ooh, look at this.
Payday?
Look at that fucking right-left combo he just landed on him. We should back this up and watch it again, because he tuned him
I'd love
up,
to hear
man.
what Till's saying.
Look at this. Boom.
Oh,
that elbow.
That was it right there.
Elbow was wicked.
Damn.
I can't get over how fucking big this kid is, man, for that weight
he's
class.
big. Give me some volume, Jamie.
He's giving Cowboy a lot of love.
He's amazing for that as well. Dan Hardy speaks English too. He knows what he's saying. English from England. Mike Perry. He'll fuck.
Mike Perry will jump in that fucking cage.
He will fuck
Who
Mike
is that
Perry
guy?
up.
Mike Perry?
Platinum Mike Perry. He's a tough guy. He's a knockout artist. He knocked out Jake Ellenberger. He's a tough guy.
Yes, he
He's
fought
the guy
Alan
that
Jouban.
Jouban outstruck him.
Till would piece him up, I think. He's crazy, man.
He is crazy, but skill-wise,
he's nowhere near Till.
it's not even on the
Not on
same
the same planet.
Not even in the same part of the
All
universe.
he does is really box, yeah.
Well, he's an animal. I mean, Mike Perry's a fucking animal, no doubt about it.
Animal.
Is he English?
He's a strong guy. He's
No.
got some serious power.
Perry's from here.
Perry's from Florida.
Yeah.
Strong guy with serious power, but he's way outclassed.
When he fights like a really good striker, like Joe Banson with footwork, they just avoid the big shot and just pick him apart.
Yeah, but
if you play that game, he will knock you to fucking Pluto.
This is a different guy, though. This Darren Till this is a different guy. Just
You know
like
what I
Vinny
wish?
Sherman was saying.
You know what
Jamie,
I wish?
Where's the remote?
Right here.
Run that bitch. Yeah, run that bitch back. Let's watch this again.
I wish they would, and obviously they can't because you need the fight on Fight Pass. But I wish they would air it like tomorrow on Fox Sports, so Till gets like more recognition. Because how many people are going to see this beatdown?
That's a good question, but the thing is, like, if they air it on Fox Sports, does Fox Sports own it then? How does that work?
I don't know. You do
Look,
something.
he's got a Brazilian flag with his English flag.
Yeah,
that's
because he lived there for a while training.
That's wild,
For like 8
man.
years, I think. A while, man.
8 years. So he was like a little kid when he went over. That is so
Young.
nuts. He's 24 years old, and this motherfucker's already this good. God damn. What's this? Doom! Come on, man. That is so crisp.
What show did he come up on?
All right, I'll ask Vinny.
I don't know.
It's only going back to this.
Vinny just
part.
texted me, says, I told you he is special.
Well, but a lot of odds makers barely had Cowboy as the favorite. Cowboy was like a -120, so there's a reason for it, you know?
Yeah,
The
but
people in the know Till's a fucking monster. Ooh.
crazy shit, man.
It's interesting he called out Mike Perry after that. Maybe he just wants to get another win, but Mike Perry's not ranked
Is he
very
ranked
high.
in jiu-jitsu?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Takedown
Mike Perry
defense.
He's
Not
down in
bad.
Brazil.
Yeah, he was there long. He also speaks Portuguese.
I'm sure.
So have him fight in Brazil.
It'd be interesting.
right?
Yeah, I think the Brazilians would totally
They'd
back
love
him.
Look at this shit. You could just put up some stuff from your phone.
Yeah. Oh, what's the? Oh,
Let's watch the fight again.
I'm trying to
Oh,
rewind it. It won't
fucking
let me
Cowboy's
rewind.
nose is
It won't let you
shattered.
rewind it.
There it goes. No.
I think.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, you can, but you have to use the remote and click on it and then scroll backwards. Just
Try
doing
it.
that. Is it because it's streaming?
Yeah, I think so.
It's still going
It's
on.
not yet. Can't. It's not
Yeah, it's
recording
still
it.
going
It's just
on.
Oh, I
playing it.
see.
Yeah.
What's that?
Cowboy's nose looks fucked.
It looks fucked. Yeah.
Broken nose.
I feel for
phone's
the
playing?
dude.
Yeah, me too.
Is it my phone? Yeah, it is my phone.
I love Cowboy. But
Yeah, I
when
love
you take
him
a fight
too.
like that, you know,
But it's what we were saying. It's like, how does that story end?
how does
Because-
anyone's story end though?
Yeah,
Joe?
but how does this story end is very different than how's the George St. Pierre story end. George St. Pierre retires. Now he's coming back. He's fighting Bisping. The Cowboy story is different because Cowboy was never the champion, and he loves this rough and tumble life. You know, he loves the fact that he can just, you know, get on a flight and fight in Poland and go and kick this young kid's ass. But when it doesn't work out like this, like he just made a star. Like he let a dude become a star off him. Like for guys like us and people that visit the websites, look at that fucking straight 1-2, man. And that elbow in the clinch, he's setting him up with a lot of shit too, like throwing the straight left, but then turning it into an
Where's the elbow?
uppercut. Yeah.
Boom.
God
And he
damn.
dropped it on him too.
I wish we had another angle of that.
Woo.
It's weird because his fights before this, you would see his stand up is good, but he was winning by decisions. He won a split decision. He had a draw.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Dude.
Maybe
He was at knocking people's socks off early on.
maybe Cowboy had a terrible training camp, or maybe the jet lag just
I
fucked him.
think this
No.
dude's just
I
realizing
think he's
just
getting
that
comfortable,
good.
yeah.
He's that good. He's 24, and he's also realizing. Look, just watching his movement in this. I'm not saying Cowboy had a bad training camp. I'm saying this kid's a motherfucker. The way he landed that uppercut, the way he landed that 1-2, that jab left, like Mike Perry asking for this fight is like, I guess he's there.
No,
to
Till
support.
called him out.
I know,
Which
says
is
he wants
weird.
to fight him. No, because he's a name. Mike Perry's a name.
God, from Cowboy to Perry, though.
Good fight, fun fight. Lets him like he's gonna fight a brawler. Lets him show his skills. I mean, I would think that's a good fight for him. Look, this dude's just standing in front
Great
of him.
matchup for him.
Yeah, it's a great matchup for
Perry
him.
has a fight already, though. Match.
Who's he got to fight?
I forget, but I'm pretty sure he has a matchup already.
Interesting, very interesting. Just a difference in the level of technique, you know, and what Till can do. He can do everything. You know, he's not just a guy who just wades in and throws haymakers. I mean, he's like very, very technically proficient.
His size can be
But
an
hey,
issue
look,
for
he
people.
could get killed. He could get fucking knocked out. Mike Perry can knock out anybody. You fuck up and you zig when you should have zagged.
Oh, there you go. That's a great fight.
That's a fucking tough fight for him too.
That's a great fight.
Santiago Ponzinibbio is a
Santiago
beast.
just beat Gunnar Nelson.
Yes.
It was with the finger poke, but still.
Yeah, that was a fucked up
That was
finger
fucked
poke.
up.
There was more than one finger poke.
Well, he
There
beat him
was
by
several.
finger poke.
Yeah.
He didn't knock him out. He beat him by finger poke.
Well, he stopped him.
Yeah, the finger
stopped-
pokes were so fucked up.
Yeah, so fucked up. And when you see the replay of the finger pokes, you're like, wait a minute. It almost looks like he threw it as a part of his combination.
Like
I
4 times.
didn't see that fight.
Yeah.
Did Gunnar ever get him to the ground?
No, Gunnar got fucked
got murked.
up early on from the eye pokes. Like when
Yeah.
if you don't watch it, like in slow mo, if you just watch it, oh my god, Gunnar looks like shit. He's getting rocked. What's going on here? You go back watching slow mo, and it's just eye
Poke.
poke against the cage, poke. Motherfucker
Yeah.
threw an uppercut like that. Fucking poked both eyes.
Here's the stoppage again. Ding, ding, ding. Oh man.
The elbow already did it.
Elbow's what broke his
everything
nose.
did it. I mean, he just beat the shit out of him, man. And Cowboy just crumpled. When was
Was
the
he-
last time you saw Cowboy do this? I mean, this is like Dos Anjos.
Pettis days, maybe.
Yeah.
Dos Santos.
Well, Pettis was just a kick to the body.
Yeah, but he crumbled. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
wasn't even a competition.
Rough, man. Rough.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, fucking real heartbreaker, man. But for that kid, you know, that's a goddamn
Till's a great
dream.
story. Good kid too, and obviously you got to build stars.
That's
you know?
how you do it. I mean,
Not on Fight Pass, but yes.
That's what happened. Right, not on Fight
No,
Pass.
that's not the way to do it.
Does UFC give out the numbers on Fight Pass? Like, do they
No.
tell you?
Nope.
They don't even
They're
tell
like
you.
they're like Netflix.
Yeah.
No numbers.
Smart
No
move, right?
numbers.
Why give it up when you don't have to? It's
You'd
like
give it up
away-
if you were killing it.
So, okay, let's look at this, man. I mean, shit, dude. Bisping versus GSP. Now, I'm hearing that that's not selling well, like Madison Square Garden.
From what I've heard too, it's not doing great.
That's unfortunate.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. It just, you know,
Which one's not doing great? GSP?
GSP versus Bisping.
It's not doing great.
Not like you would think, no.
Here's the thing, though. If you
That's
really
what I've heard.
if you really stop and think about it, that was 4 years ago. Was the last time he fought Johnny Hendricks. The people that are into the UFC now,
Different
they're
game.
post Ronda Rousey and post Conor McGregor, like the casual fans.
Post Lesnar.
The hardcore fans like you and I, we're gonna watch that fight for sure. Like, okay, I'm gonna see what Bisping looks like. You know, fighting a guy like George St. Pierre who's smaller than him, guy who's taken 4 years off. Bisping's got this opportunity to make a shitload of money, and then George, how's George gonna look?
It's a tough
I haven't
sell.
seen him in 4 years.
It's a tough sell, even for the hardcore fan. Like,
No,
why?
that's a great fight. That's
Oh, I
a great
disagree.
fight. Bisping and GSP is going to be a great fight.
I'm looking forward to it for sure.
People keep, even now, they don't give Bisping the respect.
I agree.
He keeps
He's not going to
winning.
get it, even if he beats GSP. That's the problem. All right, he took 4
might.
years off,
He
and
might.
he's a 7-year.
He might.
And it doesn't matter
Might
if it
beat
doesn't
Sass.
sell $2 billion. Fuck the dudes, the casual fans. Fuck them. Just we got enough.
You can't run a
real
business
UFC
like that,
fans.
Eddie. No, you
Who
don't,
cares
'cause you
about
just-
that? All we care about is the matchups. That's a good matchup.
No, you don't. No, it doesn't.
Well,
the world
we're
doesn't
not-
work like that.
But we don't run the business. So for us, Eddie's right. I agree with Eddie. As long as they're putting these fights on, I think it's a great fight.
I don't
right?
care.
So
if
you would
we
rather
don't
hold
care
on.
if Ant watches
You
it.
two would rather watch GSP who's taking 4 years off fight for the middleweight title than him fight a guy who's an actual champ at 85 like
Yeah, I don't
Whitaker?
mind. I'm in no hurry.
That's
I'm
not
in
what
no
we're
hurry.
saying. First of all, Whitaker's injured and he can't fight right now. Whitaker has a pretty serious tear in his knee ligament. So that's one thing. This is also an opportunity for Bisping, who's been in the game forever, to make a shitload of money. I like that. I like Michael. I like the fact that Michael has an opportunity to make a fuckload of money here. I like this
So
fight
you need it to
because
sell well.
No, I don't need it to sell well, man. That's
Yeah,
not
you do
my
if you want him to
business.
make. But if you want him to make money, it has to sell.
Yeah, but
well.
I'm not in the business of selling pay-per-views well. I'm in the business of
I know,
want to
brother.
see
But you
good
just said you
fights.
want him to make a lot of money.
Well, he's going to make a lot of money either way. He's going to make more money in this fight. I'll guarantee. There's some sort of a guarantee. Like and
Pay-per-view
it's-
points where you make your money. Like your life-changing money's pay-per-view points.
Yeah.
Ask Mighty Mouse. Ask John
Probably.
Jones. Ask Conor McGregor.
I'm sure. But don't you think that George St. Pierre is at least going to do 500,000 pay-per-view buys, maybe more?
I like to think so.
I
Be
like to
heartbreaking
think
if
so.
he doesn't.
I like to think he's going to do at least 500,000, maybe
For sure.
more. But
I think around 700.
This stuff's weirding me out, man. This weird shit that he's doing where they're touching things with he's moving things and touching things with his feet.
Have you seen how jacked he looks?
This looks jacked.
He looks super swole.
What if he pisses hot?
I don't think he cares. I think if he's just one and done, he's like, hey, I fought, whatever, I'm gone. See ya.
So I did not know.
And when you get popped, you get half your money, your win money taken away.
25%.
Yeah, they take some of your money.
Only 25% though.
Even if
Yeah.
you won.
Yeah, look at Lesnar. My bad, Hunt. 25%. Here you go. Give me this.
Yeah, I'm very curious about this fight. Very curious.
Yeah, but I'm balls deep in MMA. I think it's a fun fight. It's not the fight that I'm not
It's a lot
foaming
harder.
at the mouth.
It's a lot
for.
harder to take people down these days too. It is. The GSP was taking everyone down 5
Yeah.
years ago.
Bisping's
It's a
damn
big,
tough to take down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn tough.
it's going to be a little harder. I'm not sure the GSP is going to be able to take people down like he did 5 years ago. I'm not sure.
I'll tell you
I
what,
think you're
though.
probably right. I
I'll
think
tell
you're probably right.
This matchup, it's all right. It's by nowhere near the best fight on the card. You look at that card, it's a fucking heater.
Do you think that's a recent picture of George?
No, not at all.
No,
Not at all.
I think it is.
You
Because
think
he looks a
he
little,
doesn't look as good?
he's a little soft,
That's fair. Yeah, all right.
right? A little
Yeah.
bit. Like, look, we just saw Kevin Lee.
He's thicker than a Snickers down there.
Yeah,
That
Jesus
motherfucker is
Christ,
thick.
that's a
Look like Johnny
kinda-
Hendricks in that bitch.
He looks
like
From
Mark
Big Rig
Coleman.
Steakhouse.
yeah, kind of heavy, like around the middle.
Yeah.
like, eating a lot. But there's a big difference between that and Kevin Lee, right? Kevin Lee was jacked.
Jacked.
Like when he was on top, that picture of him on top of Tony when he was dropping bombs on him,
Jacked.
jacked. George does not look that good. But then again, if he's clean, which he kind of has to be,
Have to be.
I think he's 35 now.
He's not young.
How old is George? I mean,
He's 35.
You can be
You're older than me, yeah.
in great shape at 35, but really completely helps if you were super active for a long time. Are we looking at the tip of his dick in that picture? What's that all about?
He has a fat dick, if that's so.
Yeah, how about, why don't you guys Photoshop that out, please? I want to look at it.
Dude, he has a fat dick in that picture.
Oh, look at
That's
Mike Perry.
all I can see
Look
now.
at Mike Perry here. First of all, send that fucking jacket in a time machine back to the 80s.
I think I have that jacket, but
How dare you. Crank the volume up in this, Jamie. Let's hear what he has to say.
he's going to drop some F-bombs, I guarantee it.
Good.
About this, and we got to sign the paperwork, and we're going to make it happen. I'm pretty sure that it's going to go down. I look forward to it, but I got work to do first with Santiago Ponzinibbio in Winnipeg, Canada.
Damn.
He's a tough
He
fight.
sounds like a rapper.
Yeah. Well, he's got a tattoo above his eyebrow.
Sounds like he's about to drop some sick beats.
Yeah, he looked good against Donald Cerrone.
Donald,
Not against the Cowboy. That's not the Cowboy that wins fights. That was Donald that shows up, man. And I wasn't happy with Donald's performance.
weren't
What?
happy.
I've seen him fight a lot better.
Donald
What
was
is it?
Merc
And,
Perry.
Darren didn't get a tough fighter tonight. He got someone who gave up in the first round, but that's definitely not
Whoa.
the case. You know that's not what we're gonna see.
Donald
with him.
didn't look great. I'll
They
give him
should
that.
keep Mike Perry off the microphone from now on. They go, hey,
Really look
we
forward
gotta
I like
work on
this.
I think he
I
needs
like
to join
it.
Limp Bizkit.
I love it.
England.
enjoying Limp Bizkit? What does that mean?
Well, he sounds like a white rapper.
Oh.
You come into England to face him, that'd be really, really fun to watch. I mean, the crowd obviously are behind him as well. They're really fired up, but
Do,
you said you fan favourite yourself. Do you feel like that win catapulted him up towards the top 10 and put him on an even playing field with you, or do you still feel like you're ahead of him?
Mike
He's
Perry.
got a great record. I'm number 15. I don't know where that puts him on the rankings, but rankings don't matter. They've never mattered since I got here.
That's fair.
How hard I hit you with my right and my left hand. He wants to box. I look forward to any MMA fighter that want to box with me. Santiago Ponzinibbio is going to be the first example of that. And
The
then
dude is right. What's that guy's name? The guy with the bow tie?
I don't know, but he seems scared.
He's like,
He seems scared to say anything.
this makes me uncomfortable.
You've got to have a focus on Ponzinibbio. He's a very dangerous fighter. He's heavy-handed as well. But now we've just witnessed this.
Dum, 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 dum.
So how does that affect your preparations?
Mike Perry looks mad at the world.
Plenty of time to gather myself, get myself deep in my training camp, focus on the things, the aspects of Santiago's game, and do what I got to do to focus on him and beat him. And very similar styles in Darren Till and Santiago.
What's that face? Very similar style.
I mean, not similar at all, sir. I guess they both throw punches, correct?
I look forward to it, man. I can't wait to do it. And I look to skyrocket myself off this kid's undefeated record. I'm ready to take that O from that boy.
It's weird talking about that fight when you have a huge fight.
Be careful what
Yeah.
you wish for.
Well, sir,
Be careful what you wish for. Look at him rocking back and forth. Very emotional.
I like him.
Very intense. That motherfucker hits hard.
It's like a Mack truck. He's
He
like
hits
Lineker. Yeah, he
hard.
reminds me a lot of Lineker. He's just a fucking nightmare if
Yeah.
you get hit by him. But if you can avoid it, it's
Yeah.
an easy game
The
plan.
Jake Ellenberger fight, man. When he caught Jake with that big fucking
Dude,
elbow.
but that November 4th card, first of all, Cody Garbrandt, Dillashaw, fucking ridiculous fight.
very, very interesting fight.
Joanna Rose,
Ooh,
ridiculous.
love it.
That's ridiculous.
Love it.
Dude, Wonderboy Masvidal, fuck
Ooh,
you.
Love it, love it, love it.
Then the big rig's back.
Big Rig's
He
back.
got rid of the steakhouse. He might make weight. I can't promise you, but he's back.
He's at Jackson's now.
Nah. That's like moving to Florida when you're older.
It's just what people do when they get
It's like a
older.
retirement home. You're like, I'll try out Jackson. Let's go to
Give it a shot.
Albuquerque.
I'm going to try a real camp.
Yeah, let's try this out.
It was interesting listening to what Johnny Hendricks was saying about training in Texas. He was like, I got to be careful when I spar with people because if I go too hard, then they won't come back.
Who
It's
you
like,
training
dude,
with?
you got to find a real camp.
Yeah, but what?
It's like-
Any camp I've ever been, you go too hard, you get fucked up.
Well, he's
go to
saying-
AK and let me know how that goes.
Well, that's what he was saying. He was saying, finally, I can go to Jackson's and I'm getting pushed. He's like, where I am in Texas, I'm just not getting pushed.
But he left that team takedown. Remember, they had some gnarly dudes there. He left them.
But there was a lot of shit going on with that, though. You know how that worked.
Yeah,
he
dude.
had a weird deal where
They had like 20% of all the shit.
50. Yeah. They took, like, they gave him a salary, and then they took, like, half his money. Like but the thing is, the guy put a lot of money into everything. So I see his perspective too. It's like they put together a training facility. They hired all these coaches. They had all this stuff going on. They paid for everything. They gave him a salary. And then when it came time, you know, for that investment to pay off, they wanted half the money. And I don't know how they you know, worked it out.
If you're Johnny Hendricks, though, and you're a national champion from Oklahoma State, and someone's like, "Hey, eventually we're gonna take 50%,"
right?
Like, fuck you, man.
Right. Well, I think what happened was, you know, once he started getting that world championship money, you know, that's probably when he was like
50%. Then he opened the Big Rick Steakhouse, which God bless him.
That's the problem. That's the bigger problem. Opening a restaurant is like notoriously one of the worst investments you could ever make.
Restaurants
a lot
and
of
gyms.
Celebrities go under. Gyms are bad, right? But gyms don't have the same kind of overhead that a restaurant does.
And the dynamics of a restaurant.
Yeah, they just don't go well. And if you get a couple of bad reviews, you don't
Game
bounce back.
over, son.
Unless it's a Mexican restaurant, you don't have to have a clean restaurant if it's Mexican food.
You're not making money.
You don't have to be nice. You know, like you remember we show up to El Torito? Like what was that place on Fairfax? And is it not El Torito?
What is that place?
Los Benitos.
Benitos burritos.
You'd show up and it's like a little taco shop and there's a Mexican guy in the back. He's making a burrito and you say, "Hey," and he looks over. You go, "Hey, can I get 2 carne asadas?" And the guy just kind of looks at you and he's like waves at you or kind of just nods at you and you're like, "Cool, this is gonna be a great place." If that was a white guy that did that, they'd be shut down.
If it's good, I'll put up with it.
They're so good.
I don't give a fuck.
Benito's is 24 hours a day.
Oh.
What is it on Beverly?
On Beverly and Fairfax.
God damn, I'm hungry now.
It's so good.
Oh, he could call me Cracker and make my burrito. I don't give a fuck.
It's so good. That place is off the charts good.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a 24-hour joint, so it's like a late night
I'll
after comedy
Postmates that
store,
shit.
chicken burrito
People
stop.
don't care.
Woo! You'll go there at 1 o'clock in the morning. You might wait 20 minutes in line because there's a big-ass line.
There's a
Sounds so
Mexican
nice.
restaurant in the valley. They closed down for a week because they got shut down for like rodent infestation.
Yeah, that's a
It was in
problem.
the newspaper and everything.
as
My
they
wife sent me
reopened.
the link. As soon as they reopened, we were waiting in line like Backstreet Boys tickets or something. You know what I mean? Like, we were just. We don't care. We ate there yesterday. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They closed down the kitchen because they had too many rodents.
Hey, man,
If it's good food, too, I'll put up with it, man. I'll put up with a
Mexican
lot of stuff.
and Chinese food, same thing. They don't have to be nice. You know, when you go to Chinese food and there's like there's a big group of you guys. They're like mean and shit. And no one cares.
If it's authentic.
But if it's white, oh, you can't. White, you got to be high.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to be really nice if you're white.
You know what I need to get back to? There's a fucking Thai place that Rob came and took me to in Thai Town. You know where Thai Town is? I guess it's on Hollywood or Sunset or Hollywood? Hollywood. Hollywood, when you go east, if you go east on Hollywood, there's a whole section of, you know where it's from? It's right across the street from Jumbo's Clown Room. You know that strip club, Jumbo's? That's everybody always makes fun of it.
I don't know anything about strip clubs.
Yeah, I hear you. Me neither. But that's what I hear. But it's right across the street, and it's like legit late
authentic
night Thai food.
God,
So
I
good.
fucking love Thai
so
food, man.
good. Legit. I know you've eaten there, Eddie. I know we've eaten there together.
On Hollywood Boulevard. Oh, you
Yeah.
mean Toy?
No, not that place.
Toy.
That's on Sunset.
Okay, you're
That's on
talking
the
about-
left
you're
side.
talking
That's
about-
a good spot too.
Well, you're talking. Which one? What street are you
Way
talking?
further down. I
On
believe,
Hollywood?
Yeah, it's on Hollywood.
It's Thai Patio.
Maybe it's
Thai
on the
patio
right hand
doesn't sound
side.
authentic.
Hollywood Boulevard on the north side.
You know what it is? You know how you go down Hollywood and it goes, you almost have like that arch that you pass through that takes you into like Thai Town?
Arch.
Isn't there an arch? Am I imagining shit?
I don't know. Arch into Thai Town sounds awesome.
That's
not
the
an
one.
arch.
The one with
What
the
is
yellow.
that?
Look at this.
What
This is
is
the
that?
one.
Fuck, Jamie.
What is
This
this?
chick wants to be black.
What?
The chick from Maury Povich that Eddie was talking
Get the
about
fuck
earlier.
out of here.
Maury
Dude,
Povich.
yeah.
There you
Fuck
go.
her want to be black. Look at them titties.
Wait a minute. Is that real?
There's video of this. Can you play a video clip of this?
God. Oh,
And
my
the
God.
audience. The audience.
What a non sequitur, by the way. Jamie just pulled up this.
Jamie said,
fake
"Fuck your
black
Thai
girl
food
with
talk.
giant
Look
tits.
at this.
Give me some volume.
Look at this.
Does she talk black?
Yes.
The Maury Povich Show. Can you change your
I want
race?
everybody to take a look.
He's still
at a photo
killing
of
it.
My next guest, Martina, when she was a young
He's like
teenager.
quietly making millions.
Now, at this age, Martina desperately wanted to look like Pamela Anderson.
Oh.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
after
Oh,
10
shit.
years and several cosmetic surgeries, Martina transformed her looks into this.
Oh.
But she wasn't done.
The crowd
She
needs
wasn't
to
done.
chill.
6 months ago, Martina made worldwide headlines with her most shocking transformation yet. Through chemical injections and body modification, Martina now considers herself a black woman. Here's her story.
Chemical. Look at the black guy. Look at that guy.
It's an all-black crowd?
Yeah, it's an all-black crowd.
I wanted to look like a Barbie.
Oh, she's not American.
To create a more beautiful body.
Look at that.
Like a Barbie with long blonde hairs and long legs, but much bigger breasts.
Martina began to dream about having plastic surgery to look like her idol, Pamela Anderson.
Oh my God, this bitch is crazy.
Pamela Anderson in the media report.
Bitch, you look nothing like her.
Look at those fucking basketballs.
Surgeries began.
That's what it is.
Well, the teeth make sense.
Wow.
Whoa.
2012, I got very
Those are the biggest titties I've ever seen.
They're so stupid looking. She has to sit down.
And I also had a liposuction to get long Barbie legs.
Holy shit.
Liposuction.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars on plastic surgery.
Titties.
Martina was ready for her most shocking
Oh my
transformation of all.
God.
I got 3 injections in my belly to change my skin color.
What?
And now I'm the proud owner of a black skin.
Today, Martina says she has changed.
She is black, though. She is black. To be fair, she's
a black woman. Look at her hair.
Do you think that's just skin, the fake tan? They just went over and did a lot of fake tan.
I've never
for
seen
the
a
day.
fake tan
There
that's
she
all
comes.
black.
Look at her.
Look at those stupid tits.
Those tits are
Those
so
are
distracting.
so preposterous. God, we are sick.
What
Human
the
race is
fuck is
sick.
that?
Those
Oh,
things. People
there's
are
some white
covering
people
their
in there.
face.
Does she use the N-word?
I mean, I've heard of people doing fake things on Maury before, tricking them, just making up a story. So
Hold on.
But those tits can't be fake.
What is she saying? Hold on.
Maybe they can be.
I like myself, but I also like to do photos. But on the photos, I can see if you have the curves of Pamela Anderson,
Yeah.
the photos would be much more better.
So you wanted to look like Pamela Anderson because you liked her curves.
Yeah.
And so then you became what you thought was Pamela Anderson.
A little bit more.
But now,
Could that be a
like
fake
Pamela
little
Anderson.
fake tit thing like that goes over her shoulders and her arms? That's how they do it in movies.
Yeah, it could be. It sure doesn't look like it. What does it say on her neck?
Black
12.
Black Souls Rock.
Black Gods
My
rock.
main
Black
Black
Souls
Girls
Rock.
Rock?
I think it's girls.
Oh, girls.
I got porcelain veneers on my teeth. I get my first.
Whoa, look at that.
It's so dark there.
Summer, I got a liposuction. Forgot, also from the.
I want to see her
waist,
boyfriend.
The hips and
What
the
She's
legs.
single as fuck, son.
She's single for life.
Bro, she has 7
Can
cats.
we fast forward to the boyfriend? Maybe there's a boyfriend in there.
No, there's no boyfriend,
Are
bro.
you sure? There's no
Over
boyfriend.
here,
No.
what she says.
In the middle of January,
There's no
I
boyfriend.
got 3 injections in the belly, and after the first
No
week,
boyfriend
it's
showing his face.
Going darker, darker, and darker. But today is a pale day.
Martina.
What the
you
fuck?
think you're a black person?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, no, no, no. Oh,
I
no.
have to learn a lot. I know.
You have to learn a lot.
Yeah.
I see.
Her skin is black,
Yeah.
but you're not a black person.
But here's the thing. All people came from Africa originally. Like, the only reason why people have white skin at all is because we moved to colder climates. It was more cloudy, and we didn't have vitamin D. So you're basically like a solar panel for vitamin D. That's what white people are. That's why people in England are so fucking pale, because it's always raining. And that's exactly what it is. Like, everyone came from Africa. All human beings came from Africa. So she's not really black, because that's not really her natural skin color. But
Dude, that is the greatest thing you've ever said for mankind.
She's not black for a lot of reasons, though.
it's a giant problem that people have with this idea of race. Like, the only reason why people look different is because we moved to different climates. Like, everyone comes out of the same thing. Sort of like all dogs come from wolves. All humans come from Africa. All of them. Everybody originated there. That's the motherland. So, like, the only reason why they look different than you is because of natural selection, because the people that live there, you know, you need that melanin in your skin to protect you from the sun. That's how people evolved. And then as soon as people started going to all these colder climates and all these climates that have a lot of cloud cover, the people's bodies started changing. And their bodies started changing to try to absorb more vitamin D. That's exactly why people have white skin.
Can they take hyenas and breed them to be like miniatures?
They could, yeah, for sure.
I saw a guy
Definitely.
with a pet hyena in, like,
You know, they did
India.
it with foxes. They've done it with foxes and taken foxes and really quickly, within 10 years, turned them into a completely different thing with a weak jaw and like floppy ears. Like
To be pets?
Yeah. Well, they what they did was they took foxes, and when they had a fox that exhibited any aggression at all, they killed it. And so then they would breed them again, and then any fox that showed any aggression at all, killed it. And then they kept doing this, and they were doing this generation after generation to try to see how many generations it would take to turn a fox into like a really docile sort of house pet sort of a deal.
What a stupid study.
It's not stupid because it's fascinating to find out how long it takes, because we thought it would take like hundreds of years for an animal to change. It's essentially its appearance, like its physical appearance is very different than a regular fox. Change their coloration, change how their ears don't stick up anymore, they flop down and show submissiveness. Same with dogs, right? Like all dogs come from wolves. In the original wolves, the people kept as pets, they would just get closer. They're the ones who got closer to the people by the campfire. The people would feed those wolves. And then they would use those wolves to alert them that other animals were coming nearby. The wolves stayed close to the campfire because the wolves knew that people were going to give them food. Then the wolves started protecting those people because that's where their food source was. And the people worked out this relationship with wolves.
What country?
This is the human race before there was countries.
Forever ago.
This is probably, we're talking more than 10,000 years ago.
But the fox study was how long ago?
Very recently. I think it was in Russia. I think that's where they did this fox
we're not
study.
doing that in America. You're not killing all those foxes.
Was it in the 1950s?
Yeah, I got the article here.
And so it was a ruthless study, but they found out pretty quickly that you can select. You can change the way these things look based on which ones you breed with which ones. And you got to think, when people migrated out of Africa and they moved across Asia and moved through the Bering Strait and into North America, I mean, they're dealing with brutal cold. A lot of times they're completely covered up because it's so fucking cold. Look at that. Foxes are more naturally stubborn than dogs. Little cutie face. They're very playful, those little guys. Even in the wild.
I love a fox as a pet.
You ever see Grizzly Man, where the dude made friends with a fox? Like a wild fox. In Grizzly Man, stole his hat and was playing with him. He's
Grizzly Man's the guy that died, right?
Yeah.
He got fucked up by
How
the
about
bear.
those flying foxes? What the fuck is up with that?
Flying squirrels, you mean?
Or are they
Is there a
flying
flying
squirrels?
fox?
There's no
I
flying
think there's
fox.
flying foxes.
Really?
No?
Talking about Star Fox?
Squirrels.
There's these weird, gigantic fox-looking vulture bat things in Australia that just hang out in the city. They're just like in the city. You can just see them, and they're scary, but they're
kind of bat. Yeah.
It's a bat. Oh, yeah, and they have like a fox face.
Yeah, they look like foxes.
Yeah, I know what
they're
you're
scary
talking
as
about.
fuck, and they're just like right there in the
Those
city.
things are sweet.
Australia is so radical. My friend Adam Greentree was sending me videos he took of these saltwater crocodiles. Whoa.
Is that a regular bat? Or what is that?
Australian flying foxes. It
That's
just
what I'm
said flying
talking.
foxes.
Yes.
Bro, that is a flying fox.
Yeah.
Eddie, you're right.
How crazy is that?
Is it actually a flying fox, or is that what they call a bat?
That's what they call it. Everything's
Look at it.
flying
It looks
foxes.
just like a fox.
It's a fox with wings.
Come on,
is
look at that shit.
fucking insane.
Those are just in Sydney, just hanging on the
The
trees.
thing is sick.
That is insane. Well, you know how we always
like
look at
another world.
pterodactyls? You know how we look
Yeah.
at pterodactyls and we always assume that they have wings like a bat? That's what everybody always thought. But now they're finding out that so many dinosaurs had feathers that it's entirely possible that pterodactyls were birds.
Didn't they think the T-Rex were covered in feathers too, right?
It's very possible. There's not a lot of evidence.
Sounds silly,
There's
really.
It's a
evidence
theory.
that there's definitely evidence that some dinosaurs had feathers. They've found fossilized dinosaurs with feathers. But this is all recently, like over the last few decades. They're starting to find more and more of them. Like there's a museum that I went to in Montana, and they mocked out a velociraptor with feathers. Because look, birds. Like you look at like an owl, that's a fucking dinosaur, man.
They're the closest thing to a dinosaur,
Closest
right?
thing to a dinosaur. They're ruthless, dude. Did I tell you about the wars that I'm having in my backyard?
With what?
Dude, there's not fox wars. There's hawk wars going on in my
Hawk
yard.
wars?
They're killing each other.
Film
The
it,
hawks?
man.
Birds are killing other birds and they behead them. So I started going online and reading about it, and they eat their head. And I'm like, what the fuck eats a hawk's head? Well, apparently when birds of prey will kill other birds, one of the things they do is eat their head. They eat the head. They pull the head off.
To show like dominance?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. But
Jesus Christ.
But one of my neighbors saw a hawk eating a hawk baby, like right up the street from me. And I watched these hawks like swoop down, and one of them slammed into my chicken coop. Like there's like these juvenile hawks. And I think one of the things that's going on is I have a fence in my backyard, and it's we just put up a glass fence. And these birds just fucking, we've murked like 15 birds, dude.
Why'd you put a glass fence in?
Because it looks beautiful. You can see the whole view. But these birds, they don't understand that it's a fence. And they swoop down. It's like, clang. And they get K the fuck O.
Just head trauma for the
Yeah,
birds.
we've had
You should
quite
have a
few
video
of them.
camera, a little security
You
camera.
know, a lot of wasted footage because it only happens like once a month.
Be boring as fuck waiting
it's
for it.
happened quite a few times where birds have flown down. We found them just like drunk wandering around the backyard.
CT'd
just
up.
hammered. CTE'd the fuck up. Blood coming out of their nose. Like I found them with blood coming out of their nose. Yeah. Yeah. They get KO'd. So I think we've killed a bunch of hawks this way. Hawks have died. We haven't killed them. They killed themselves.
Yeah.
Evolution, bitch. But these other hawks, these juvenile hawks, are now like kind of taken over because of that. And I think one of the ones that got killed, one of the hawks that got killed, look at that fucker. Look at him. He's eating a bird.
He decapitated a hawk.
Yeah, there it is. He's decapitating a hawk. Jesus Christ.
God, they are fucking monsters.
Dude, they're so ruthless. Owls are so goddamn ruthless.
They look so cool, don't they?
They do look cool, but it's weird that we've made these things out to be these wise, cute creatures that like give a hoot, don't pollute.
The Tootsie Roll Pops.
Yeah, the Tootsie Roll Pop
there's owls everywhere.
They're ruthless, man. They're
I've never seen an owl in
straight
person.
up predators. Really?
What do you mean everywhere?
I see them all the time.
Look
at this bird. Bird's trying to get away. Like, not today, bitch.
Birds are fucking scary.
Not today. Today I will hold you and eat your head. But so I found a decapitated bird in my yard, and I posted a picture of it on Instagram, and then I started reading up on it. Apparently, it's when birds kill other birds, they'll do that. They literally bite their fucking head off.
Is it like a territory war thing, like a gang thing?
I think when these birds, my theory, it's a shitty theory because I'm not really qualified to have a theory on this, but I think that these birds slamming into that fence and a few of them dying have kind of upset the gang situation in my neighborhood.
Bird wars?
Yeah.
Dude.
Owls are so ruthless. And they ain't shit compared to eagles. Eagles are the most ruthless. Have you ever seen those harpy eagles?
No, are they huge?
Giant. They're
how big?
Giant. Huge. They
There's
kill,
an eagle
they
right
kill
there.
monkeys. They go after monkeys, and they eat a lot of, what are those little slow things? Sloths?
Who eats a fucking sloth, man?
Harpy eagles.
That's fucked up.
Google harpy eagles eat sloths.
I think Thursday was official sloth day, if you're a sloth fan.
I think harpy eagles are the biggest eagles in the world. I'm pretty sure.
That thing is jacked.
Oh, yeah. They're ruthless. Look at this motherfucker. Swoops down.
What about vultures, man?
They're big. They're big
They're
birds.
the scariest.
No, because they're not predators. Like that sloth is a goner or something.
That's a bummer.
That's a rat
I like
bitch.
a sloth, man.
But nature just made them like real easy to eat.
But they really don't get fucked with, though.
Oh, they do.
Because they're not out in the open, are
but
they?
when they are, they get
Look at that
jacked.
monkey.
Yeah,
they're
he
so
eats-
goddamn slow.
These harpy eagles, they eat monkeys like crazy. They swoop down and jack monkeys. And one of the things they found on ancient primate skulls, they found all these weird scratches and all this evidence of predation. And now they think that ooh, he's like, come on, bitch, what's up? He's doing this little left and right. Now they think that scratching is probably some sort of an ancient eagle that was preying on ancient hominids.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Birds are a real
I
problem.
like how they filmed this and put this and edited this together. Come on, man.
It's not like it happened like this.
It's all taken in different years.
Yeah, but you
super
gotta like
into it,
suspend
though.
disbelief
Hell yeah.
just to watch him jack a monkey.
Dude, what's the big ass bird that grabs the goats and drops them from the
Eagles.
mountainside?
Those are golden eagles.
You ever seen that shit?
Falcons? What about
No.
them?
They
They're
grab
smaller.
goats,
Those
son.
rich Muslim guys with falcons?
Yeah, the falconry. Yeah, they use them to hunt. They hunt rabbits and shit with
I'm
them.
talking about that bird that picks up a straight up goat,
Yeah.
flies them up, like, have fun, my man. Boom.
I'm pretty sure those are golden eagles. Yeah, golden eagles hunt goats. Those are big. I think those are the biggest eagles in North America. Those are big ass eagles.
Look at that shit.
Worst way to die, period.
Yeah,
right
they
here.
grab these goats and they're like, "Come with me,
Like, cool, man.
bitch."
Oh, look,
They just drag them down.
Yep.
All they're doing is dragging them down.
And the goats sometimes
Wait a
drag
minute.
the eagles down too. The eagle takes a hit too.
Then look at him.
Look at that.
See ya.
Oh, dude, that's so rough.
See ya.
Dude.
Boom. And then the eagle's like, ooh, dinner. And then-
Nature is a
Oh, shit.
motherfucker.
Nature's
Whoever caught
so
that on
ruthless.
video is a bad motherfucker.
And then you're kind of out of it, then he starts eating your asshole.
Oh, I don't think you're kind of out of it. I think
Dude,
you're
how long did he have to wait for that to happen?
I know, right?
Dude,
With the camera.
Whoa, he caught it perfect.
I know, that's a ruthless fucking bird.
Unless they bring the eagles. And they're just
They drug them up.
Look.
Like chum in the water.
They Bill Cosby up those goats.
They get them all hungry and shit.
Yeah, let the
starve
eagles loose. Let them loose. Open the cage.
There we go. Get the camera. I gotta change the lens. The battery's dead.
Oh man, do you ever seen them ones that they use in Mongolia where they chase down wolves? Oh, is that it right here? Yeah,
They're foxes.
Oh,
well, they use foxes and even wolves, but they train these golden eagles. That's a big fucking bird. Look how big that bird is. And they put a GoPro on the bird's head.
holy shit.
And they sent the bird down. The bird just put the whack down on these poor foxes.
And they eat the fox, or they're just doing it for the coats?
They kill them. The people? I don't think they eat them. They might. You know, apparently some trappers and pioneers were big on eating eagles. Or not eagles, wolves. They ate a lot of wolves. Like some famous trappers, like wolves were their favorite food.
Whatever that lady is, Eskimo or whatever, she is stressed out that this thing's not going to catch it.
I think that's just what she looks like. She's living a hard life, son. Look at that. Look at the fucking fox trying to fight back.
The fox trying to fight back, and those claws are just fucking
luck,
your
bitch.
life up.
It's a vice grip.
Oh, he's going to get that beak involved soon on that neck.
I think they'd have to put the chase in later. Like they get like trained foxes and have them running and shit.
Is that bitch holding a whistle? Is that
I think that is exactly what it is. Yeah.
That fox put up a decent fight.
The wolf one is even more disturbing. Oh, the fox is trying, man. He's trying, but he's just getting
We got ourselves a fight here.
Yeah, well, not really, because the fox can't even bite him. They're so smart. They just grab a hold of them.
Birds stress me out, man.
But it's just weird that they figured out how to train these things, man. When
Yeah,
you
that's
call
strange.
your eagle, stand against the wind. Oh, that makes sense. So the eagle can hear you. You want the wind
If
to
you
your
saw
back.
if you saw one of those things coming right at you, what strike would you use? That overhand knife strike?
I would just come over with
grapple.
I think you got to grapple with an eagle.
You come out with the
twist
axe
his fucking
as they
head
come
off.
up.
The problem
have
is,
them
if you
get
hit
your
them,
arms.
I don't think if you hit them, they're not heavy enough for it to make like a lot of impact when you hit them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're hitting a dog, right? If you punch a dog in the face, a dog weighs 70 pounds, they're there. Boom.
Squishy
What's the
nose.
stance you're getting? You
Eagles-
see it coming. You have
Hands
your arms out.
hands outstretched like this. Hands out like this.
Peep
He's
it.
coming in.
Grab the
Like
feet.
a Muay
I'm trying
Thai
to-
fighter right here. Boom.
I'm trying
He's
to
gonna
grab shit and I'm trying to tear it apart.
I'm trying to Rampage Jackson.
I'm trying to get my feet on its dick and I'm trying to pull them legs apart.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to make some Kentucky Fried Chicken, some drumsticks.
Yeah, you got to pull those legs apart. Yeah.
You got to slam his fucking head into the ground.
What you gotta?
He's gonna land on your arms, right? You're like this.
yeah.
He lands on your
You're
arm.
giving him that.
You're getting tore up.
Maybe you
For
give him
sure.
one arm. You give him one arm like
Maybe
this.
you take your shirt
and
off
then you-
and wrap that bitch around your arm.
This is the way I'd stand up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Bitch.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and you got to grab them talons.
You got to grab the
'Cause
feet.
I don't think they attack with the beak as much as they attack with the talons and eat with the beak.
They come feet first.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this.
Like when they catch a salmon.
How are they gonna get around this?
Think about how powerful they are. What if you had to grab a salmon? What if a salmon
my
is in the
God.
river? You got to reach in and grab with your hands. Not a chance. They swoop
need-
down and fly with it. They snatch it out of the water and fly away with a salmon.
If you had
Birds are
long ass
fucking
nails,
yeah.
you'd probably be able to grab them too.
Yeah, if you had
Birds are
long-ass
gnarly as
nails,
shit.
you'd have to have some serious
They're also,
talons.
they're also not very cuddly. Like, you
They're
know. Like
cunts.
yeah.
They're fucking evil. You
So
look
why
at
would you have
Cultures
a
out
pet
there,
bird?
Any like tribal cultures that let their nails grow and they sharpen them and they use them as like weapons in war?
we have bitch nails. Our nails fall apart. You know, our nails fall
Maybe-
apart if you get them slammed in a door.
Maybe because we don't use them. Maybe they're supposed
Well,
to be.
we don't
long
really
and
need
Oh, that guy
claws.
just caught a salmon?
Maybe we're supposed to have claws.
That guy's a beast.
Look, I
About
mean,
to eat
that's
it raw,
that
too.
water, the
Oh,
2
but
inch
this,
water.
Yeah, this is different, man. These things
And
are...
look how long his nails are.
He's going to eat it, too?
Yeah.
Jeez, he's
Easily
going to bite
catch
into
salmon
that
with
thing?
bare hands and eat it raw. Ooh. You're not supposed to really eat salmon sushi even because
Why?
some of them have parasites.
I eat the shit out of it.
It's not smart.
I feel
Damn.
You can get parasites.
great. I feel
This guy's
great.
gonna eat it raw.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do. But when you talk to like people that want to play it safe, they say you shouldn't eat anything that's fresh water. Don't eat fresh water. Fresh raw.
Well, this guy begs to
Gross.
differ.
You think it's gross, but do you like sushi? You don't eat.
I
you don't
hate
eat sushi.
You don't like sushi?
Yo, Eddie's
it's
got
my
the.
favorite.
I used to go when Eddie and I would go to restaurants. I used to lose my fucking mind because Eddie's like no cilantro,
Super picky.
no onions.
That's how Callan
no
is.
this,
That's
no
how Brian
that.
is. Drives
No,
me
no,
Nice
no,
and
no,
fucking
no.
simple.
nuts.
I don't need all that shit. If the meat's good, why do I need onions and shit on it?
But
Give me
you
some
don't-
good meat.
The best is going to Fogo with him though. Then there's no bullshit. You know,
You just get
It's
the
all me.
Just flip
Picanha.
that bitch over.
God, when's the last time we went to Fogo de Chao?
We went in Vegas. We chowed it up.
Picanha.
Dude. We gained like fucking 10 pounds. God
Hell
damn,
yeah.
we feasted.
Sounds
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, so good. I hadn't been there in forever. We had a good time.
Well, you don't really have, I was going to say munchies, but when you get high, I mean, you get high so much it probably doesn't fuck with you. But since
I
you're
never
not.
got the munchies from pot, man. Pot
Really?
never, no. I mean, I get hungry like normal, but pot it never gave me munchies.
Because now you're off pot, your diet.
It makes food taste way better, though. That's for sure.
It does. Yeah.
You smoking? A little bit?
I mean,
Every
at
now
night
and then?
I do
At night?
Yeah.
Do you use it to write?
No.
You don't write?
No.
You should try to write, Stone.
Yeah, since you're doing stand-up, you should definitely write high.
Yeah, dude, that's where...
You know what I do, though? I do both. I write sober and I write high. I do both. And sometimes, I listened to George Carlin talk about that once. He was saying that he likes to write sober and then he touches everything up, punches it up when he's high.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, like smoke a little weed and then go over the material and try to figure out what's funny about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like both, man. I like writing sober and writing high. But when I write high, it's like I just get these gifts. It's like the universe gives you these gifts. You're like, where is this even coming from?
But is it funny, too, when you're high and then you look back over when you're sober, like, oh, what the fuck was I thinking?
There's definitely that. I used to have a bit about it. I literally wrote down a unicorn is a donkey from the future. And then I went down and looked at my notes. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Exactly.
It was
It's
so
fucking
hilarious.
This is what it is. There's probably some funny thing about it that you didn't write down.
Exactly.
And you forgot.
I was so high, but I wrote it down and then I went over it after the fact. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
I wrote that down. I've written a bunch of shit down. Like I've every now and then, because a lot of what I write down, if I'm high, I'll write down some shit like at the Comedy Store or something like that, and then I have to go over my notes when I'm sober. I'm like,
Are you doing it on your phone?
Yeah.
Are you doing it on your phone or are you doing it physically?
well, I
paper
always
and pen?
write physically, like with a computer, and then I write notes.
Wait, physically with a computer? What does that mean?
I mean,
physically
I
with a computer.
Well,
okay.
Like
type.
physically write,
I thought physically was like with a pen and
no,
paper.
but this is what I probably the wrong way to say it, but I have 3 stages, right? I write with a computer, but then I write things down on paper. Like if I have to like do a set, I write a set list out with paper. I'm really interested in this new Samsung, man. The Samsung Note 8. Yeah, because the Note 8, you write on the lock screen. You don't even have to open up an application.
I like that.
You write on the lock screen and you write it with a pen. You could write like 100 pages of notes just on the lock screen and you could save them. Have you seen that shit?
Why doesn't Apple do that shit?
They'll jump on it.
Nah, Samsung's got it, man. Apple gets sued left and right for patents. They got sued for these new animated emojis that they're coming out with on the iPhone X, 10, whatever it is.
See, my phone's so fucking rough right now. I need one.
What year you got? Which one?
I
you
have
got?
the 7 Plus. But
Yeah.
look, it's horrible. It's awful.
My wife got the 8. It's the shit.
Is it nice?
It looks just like this, but the camera's way better. The camera's wicked. And you can get it right now. But the thing about the new one, the X is weird, man, because it doesn't have a fingerprint thing where you open it with your mug.
With your face?
You stare at it.
I don't like
and
that.
it opens. Oh my God.
Someone just get your phone and just do this. Boom.
And you go, hey, what's up, man? I like your face.
You can go get the 8 right now?
The 8, yes. You get the 8 right now.
I need to get that bitch tomorrow.
The 8 is basically this phone, but way better.
Yeah, I need
it's
to
the exact same. This is a 7, but the 8 is the exact same phone. It has like all the But I'll tell you what, man, my phone has been fucking up lately.
You have the old one, right?
Yeah.
Mine too. Apple does on purpose.
They do.
Go get that new one, bitch.
They do. I know they do.
It says you need an update. I'll do the update because they play those games. They drop that bug.
Go,
so you're like,
I
oh,
need
my
an
phone's
update.
fucked.
And as soon as you update, then you're fucked.
You're fucked.
I held it off for a while.
Oh, I'm
Now
going
my phone
super
freezes.
strong. I'm going super strong.
My phone, not only does it freeze, but now when I, like, say if you sent me a text, like today it happened. You sent me a text saying, which door should I go into? And I replied to you, and then I went to look at my phone, and there was no place to reply. It didn't exist. I couldn't pull it up, so I hit the home button, and then I reopened the text messages, back to the same thing. So I had to physically like swipe up and close out the text message program, and then start it up again just to get a dialogue where I could like press, the keys in.
Yeah,
it wouldn't let me press the keys in.
That's Apple telling you to get a new phone.
Yeah,
Like,
that happens
dog,
to me too.
You need yourself an iPhone 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think I'm at the 6 still. I don't even know what this is.
Damn, Eddie. That's the 3.
See, Jamie, see if you can pull up a video on the
I don't know what this
Samsung
is.
Galaxy
I like
Note
it.
8. This
As long as
Galaxy
you're cool
Note
with it.
8 has got me I'm very curious. But there's a bunch of things that Apple does that keeps you on the tit.
Yes.
One of them is that AirDrop. Like, say
I've
if you
been
made a
anti-Apple
video-
forever. And then once I went to it, it's so easy, man.
It's pretty easy.
It's so easy.
What, the
Pretty
AirDrop?
easy. Yeah,
Everything.
AirDrop's pretty good.
Where do you use that?
Oh, I use it all the time.
For
like
what?
say, like if we made a video right here, I would airdrop it to you.
Because you can't text it because the file's so big. If you
It gets
airdrop it, just comes
compressed.
right there. Yeah.
Instead of it texting, it just goes through Bluetooth because you're near me, and it sends it to you in full. So this is it right here. This is the Galaxy Note 8. It's fucking huge, and it's all screen. They have a little bit of room for like the speakers on it, but the screen is gigantic.
Oh, I like that
And they
pen.
pulled that pen out. That pen is so dope, dude. It lets you do all kinds of shit. Like if someone sends you a picture, you could highlight things with that pen.
Dude, you're selling the fuck out of me right now.
Look at this. Look at the
I'm in the
notes.
market.
You could write notes with your hand. See, this to me is big because then I don't have to take a notebook with me.
I don't need an iPad or anything like that.
You write it. Like, look at this. This guy wants to highlight some shit. Look, you could translate things. Like, if it's in
God
another
damn.
country, look, do that, and boom, it translates shit for you. It charges wirelessly. Yeah, look at him, a spokesbone from Galaxy. Look at that. Ooh.
But Joe, how's
red
it
little
work? If I
emojis.
went from the Apple phone to that, does all my shit transfer over or no?
Yeah, sort of. The problem is the real I tried it with the Google Pixel just for shits and giggles. Look at that. Like he's writing notes with that thing. Come on, son. On the lock screen. The real problem is iMessages. So like say if someone's like used to sending you iMessages, you send them iMessages, it doesn't want to send you a text. It wants to continue to send iMessages, and it takes a long time to switch over. I actually called up Apple, and I said, I want you to remove me from the iMessage database. Like, remove my email from iMessage. Remove me. And they said,
no.
why? And I said, because I got a Google phone. They said, why did you do that? And I said, that's none of your business, bitch. Remove me, motherfucker. So they removed me from the iMessage database, and it still wouldn't work. I mean, it would work half the time.
That's kind of a bummer. That's a deal breaker for me.
All the people that had Android phones all work great. Like,
yeah, but how many people have Android phones that you
I know a few people that have Android phones. Yeah,
None of my friends.
Ian Edwards has one. Steve Ranella has one. I have a few friends that have Androids. Remy Warren has one.
But the majority don't. So
Majority
you have some
have
issues.
iPhones. Yeah, and I get sad when I see green text. I like blue.
Me too. It bums me out when I get green. I'm like, ah, fuck, man.
I'm like, he's got one of them phones.
I judge people.
People do judge people. Some comedian had a bit about it, I think.
Really?
I think that's cool.
Hooking up with a girl and you know she's broke when you get a green text from her.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
That or broke screen. Like someone, dude, your phone bums me out. I had a friend say, he goes, your phone bums me out, man.
Because it's broken?
The screen's all broke. My case is all
I like that.
jiggity.
It means you live in your life.
Yeah, you're right.
The only thing that's cool about the green text is the person you're texting with doesn't see that you're like, that you're texting, and then sometimes
the bubble.
Yeah, sometimes you're not writing anything. You're just reviewing the text, your conversation, trying to figure out how and they think that you're writing something, and then then you see that they're writing something, then they stop. Like, oh, they're not sure. They're not sure how to reply, motherfucker. I've done that to my wife, where I'm about to text something, then I don't, and then she'll say, "Why were you thinking about something?" And then you change your mind. What were you thinking about? Like, I wasn't thinking about that. You were thinking about something. You were about to write some shit. And then it turned off. What were you thinking? Tell me, what were you thinking? I'm like, I was going to say
how beautiful you are, and I love you so much.
I was going to use the kissy emoji, but I decided no, it's not appropriate for this.
I took off the thing where it says red.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say that. That's a bad. You might have that on there.
What?
When you get a text message. If you look at it and you send the thing, like if you look at it, that person knows you looked at it.
Yeah,
if you opened it up,
yeah.
it says
I don't like
red.
that.
It says red.
I don't like that.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm busy.
Sometimes
man.
I never. It's like if someone texts me, I might just go straight to the text, just to see like what their message is, because I don't have time.
Right.
We don't have time for everybody.
It's also fucked up though.
The other day, I got 39 text messages. I counted them.
From a psycho or a bunch of people?
In the day. 39. I can't keep up with all that.
Can't.
39 different people text messaged me. What is my job? Just replying to texts?
That's a
Because if
bummer.
that's my job, then I have to sit down and then people just go, "Hey, what's up?" Like those don't get a reply. Hey, what's up?
What's up? Call me.
What's
it's
a lot of
either
shit's
it's either
up.
my family
Call
or answer a non-question.
Yeah. Hey,
Maybe
what's
I'll
up?
get back to that. Like for me, it's like right now I got to answer these, and I'll try to catch up to those. You go to one, you lock yourself away doing a podcast for 3 hours. You're gonna have a million messages. You don't have time to. You got to get in your car.
This is one of the few times that I guarantee that I'm not going to communicate with anybody any other way. So one of the few times, like doing a podcast, this is one of the cool things about these kind of conversations. Like, this is the only way we have these conversations.
I agree.
Like, even if we're eating dinner, we don't have these kind of conversations.
You're distracted with something else.
You're checking your phone. You go to take. There's a lot of shit going on. Like, the art of conversation is lost on a lot of people. And one of the ways we practice it is by doing these podcasts.
Yeah, this is like a real hangout.
Yeah,
a hangout and your phones are off.
Yes.
Have you had anyone come here try to stay on their phone?
Yes.
Get the fuck
Russell
out of my
Peters
face.
cannot leave his phone alone.
Oh, he can't be on the show then?
He cannot leave his phone alone. Russell
Really?
Peters is always like,
oh, no.
So I was gonna.
No, hell no.
Hold on.
Hell no.
I go, Russell. Come on, Russell. Everybody's here. We're right here.
That's
a million
crazy.
people are listening.
Hey, but it is, you know what?
That's a bummer.
Everyone's got a phone.
Addicted.
Everyone's got a phone, and everyone's got a lot of work to do on the goddamn phone. It's nice to be able to hang out with somebody, and you're like, let's just get on our phones together, and we'll talk every now and then, and I'll show you a video, and we're cool, and we're not offending anybody.
Yeah.
Everyone's just on your phone.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. As
Have
long
a
as
phone
everybody's
party.
cool with it.
And then, you know what I mean? It's like
Have
we got
a phone
business.
party.
I want to hang out with you, but I got to do business, and we could talk when there's something to talk about.
For
but
sure.
then I got to handle some shit.
For sure.
Don't you notice from doing a lot of podcasts how, like, if you have conversations with some people are just not really listening to you. Not in podcasts, but in the real world. Like, you get good at this. Like, you do podcasts a lot, so you're really good at having conversations. But when you go out in the real world and have conversations with people, there's motherfuckers that just aren't listening. They're just talking. They're talking at you.
Yeah. They're not even responding to what you're saying.
No,
they're just thinking about what they want to get done, their agenda.
Yeah. They're in a different conversation
out.
in a text. Yeah. They're like texting someone else in some serious business, and they're like,
No, I mean when you're having a conversation with someone and they're not even like tuned into what you're saying. Like, there's a lot of people that are just bad at talking.
Yeah.
Bad
communicators.
And those people are bad at podcasts. Every now and then I'll get one of those people on a podcast and you're like, are you even here with me?
Yeah.
Like, what, are you listening to me? Like,
it's work.
Yeah, it's work.
Because you're constantly trying to come up constantly.
Yeah. And you're trying to, like, bring them in.
Yes.
So
trying to get them to hook on something. Trying to get them to go to a story.
Connect with me.
Please connect.
Come back.
Oh, it's
come
exhausting.
Back.
And you get, and what's a bummer too is the audience feels it.
Oh yeah.
Because they're like, oh, this guy sucks.
Dude, yeah. I've talked to people after I had someone on. They go, hey, that guy, something was off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little off. Wasn't? He's like, he seemed like he was on some drugs or something. Like, that's another thing I'm finding is how many fucking people are on speed. So
really?
Speed?
What?
Adderall.
Where?
Adderall.
Where? Oh,
Adderall.
Well, that's not technically meth. It's not crystal meth.
It's a form.
Adderall is meth. It really is like
it does
chemically?
the same thing. No, it does the same thing. But when you're on Adderall, you're like, you got a prescription. You don't feel like you're a meth head. There's a difference between, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's a difference between the
people on Adderall still have their teeth.
For a while.
Not all of them. Howard, before we started the show, this is the same guy who told me caffeine's bad for you. You told me caffeine's the same thing as Coke.
Well, he's not saying Adderall.
Caffeine is a cousin of Coke. What? They're in the same they're in the same. Unless I mean, this was mainstream information, so maybe I'm wrong.
It's a stimulant.
It's a stimulant.
But it's like because they used to put Coke in Coca-Cola, right?
Yes.
Then
they still use coca leaves to make the flavor of. Do you know that cocaine, like the #1 provider of medical cocaine, is Coca-Cola? Do you know how this works? Coca-Cola buys coca leaves. They have like coca leaves that you would get cocaine from. That's the flavor. It's secret to the flavor of Coca-Cola.
Shit's delicious.
That's Coke-flavored soda.
It's just better than Pepsi.
Coca-Cola for God's
It's just
sakes.
better than Pepsi.
It really is.
It's
just
the best.
better.
In a can, forget that.
It's
aluminum.
just better.
That
Oh,
shit that gets
yeah.
in your blocks your pineal gland. I love it.
You get the Mexican sugar. Oof.
I love that shit.
But the way they make it is with coca leaves. They extract the cocaine from the coca leaves, and the company that extracts the cocaine from those coca leaves, they sell it to they use it as medical cocaine.
Escobar Enterprises.
It's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy.
That's super
medical
crazy.
cocaine.
Medical cocaine.
Damn, when are they going to legalize that?
Well, medical
Can you imagine if
cocaine
you got-
they use
you're
for
up.
surgeries and shit.
What?
What if you could do medical cocaine? You could snort
numbs
it.
things down, numbs things like locally without instead of like Novocaine, by the way, related to cocaine. Lidocaine. I had that shit when I had my nose fixed. They put the lidocaine in there.
How many doctors are taking this medical cocaine and doing crazy things with it?
Do you remember Joel Wallach?
You think?
Dead Doctors Don't Lie?
Yes.
You turned me on to that.
Yeah.
You turned me on to that book.
Was he a cokehead?
No, he was a doctor who was into minerals. He
Yeah.
was talking to you about how it's weird that people who are veterinarians know that if you have livestock, you have to supplement the minerals in the livestock. But people don't think about mineral deficiencies in food when you talk about people that have a regular diet, especially when they don't have a vegetable-rich diet.
Yeah, with animals, with livestock, you don't have a health insurance. So you gotta, they know, farmers know, you gotta give them these minerals. Otherwise, your livestock's gonna be shit. So there's no, but when it comes to humans, we don't look at it the same way. But, you know, a lot of people do. They understand the importance of minerals now.
But Joel Wallach, one of the things he was talking about is how we put all our faith in doctors when it comes to like health, but how little education doctors actually have in nutrition, and then how many doctors are doing drugs. How many doctors are like writing prescriptions for
the ones I know.
Free pills?
What are they doing?
You think they have access to all that? You don't think they're on shit?
Ones you know what? What are they doing? What's going on? Ones you know?
I mean, the ones
you heard of,
the ones that I've heard of that I've hung out with. I mean, they party hard, man. They have access to a lot of stuff. They make a lot of money. You know, they party hard. They're people.
Coke,
smart. Yes,
Coke. Goddamn cocaine. What is that? Adderall. Amphetamine. Amphetamine aspartate. Yeah, it's fucking.
And Joe, you're saying you've had people. You're saying people that come on
100%
are on it.
I've had a bunch of people that I've asked. Just flat out ask them.
Because they're just going.
Yeah, but they talk so fast and there's so much going on. I'm like, there's no way this guy isn't on speed. And then it'll come out later in the conversation that they're on Adderall. That they take Adderall, they have a prescription. They always like, well, I have ADD. You know, oh, it's that ADD. I got ADD too, motherfucker. I can go get a prescription.
Yeah.
I mean, what does it mean?
Have you ever taken Adderall?
No.
I took it and didn't shut the fuck up, but I couldn't focus on anything. I took it in college to write a paper, and someone come in and be like, hey, how's the pizza? And I'd go on a fucking rant about pizza. I got nothing done. Nothing done.
Yeah. That's like speed.
Yeah. Speed is supposed to be good for organizing.
Hey, growing up, I was,
what's the downsides of Adderall and speed?
You lose your teeth?
Well, it's not just that. I think your heart is just like overworked.
Too many beats.
I think it freaks you out. Fast pounding or uneven heartbeats, pain or burning when you urinate. That's banging chicks that are on speed. Taking more than usual, feelings of extreme happiness or sadness, tremors, hallucinations, unusual behavior, or motor tics. Beep. Dangerously high blood. High blood what?
Not terrible. Let's be real. Not awful.
Well, see, there is a lot of people that are on this stuff on a daily basis. Dangerously high blood pressure, severe headache, buzzing in your ears, anxiety,
talking more
confusing.
than usual.
There's a lot of people that are on this. A lot. Like there's okay.
And entertainment.
Let's take it not just entertainment, journalism. Journalism is a big one. This guy who was in here, who's a professor, actually told me that he knows so many fucking journalists. And then I started asking journalists, and they confirmed it with me. Like, yeah, everybody's on it. And I go, everybody? He goes, everybody I know that's a successful journalist is taking Adderall. I go, why? He goes, because you got deadlines, you can work, you don't get tired, you get things done, you focus. He goes, you got like laser beam focus. I go, how many of them are abusing it? He goes, they're all abusing it.
Damn.
It's like steroids for writing.
Yeah, right?
PEDs for writing.
So let me ask you this. If you had to guess, what's the number of prescriptions every year for Adderall in the United States? Let's guess.
Say that again?
The number of prescriptions every year for Adderall in the United States.
I'd have to know what the prescriptions are.
5 million.
I'm going with 30 million.
30?
I was going to 20 to 30 million.
Yeah.
I'm going 20.
High.
How many people are on it right now? How many people are on Adderall?
See, they don't do it that way. They write prescriptions written. So like say if you get 3 months worth, you might use it 4 times in a year, so you would be 4, right? So let's find out. I'm saying 30.
I'm going to go 20.
20.
I'm going to say a little lower.
I'm going to say 5.
Well, knowing what I said, you're still going to go with 5?
5, Eddie? Come on.
10. 10.
It's peer pressure, bro. Don't give
10.
him.
I'm going to
stick with 5. Go with 10. Stick with 5.
What do we got?
Best I could find is from 2012, and it says roughly 16 million Adderall prescriptions are written for adults between 20 and 39.
Well,
that's pretty good for 2012.
But that's
however,
adults.
that's 5 years ago.
That's adults. It doesn't include kids, which a lot of kids took it in school and then into college and are now those probably reporters that
hell yeah, it's about 20.
5 years ago, those kids are 20 now, right? They could be 15, now they're 20.
Yeah, well, they were. Yeah, this has only started with age 20, so kids that were in high school were 16, 17, 18,
They don't
19.
have updated statistics?
I just tried to type in 2016, and this is an article from 2016 using these stats. So
interesting. Very interesting. It's just it's crazy because it is speed, and you can get it prescribed to you. All you have to do is say, "Oh, just can't focus. I'm tired all the time. I just don't know what to do." Okay. They just write you speed.
Wouldn't it help you in writing too? Really, everything.
Maybe. Some people say it doesn't help you creatively because you're so like that it's better for like organizing things and moving your notes together.
Things, yeah.
Painting your house.
Like the late great Robert Schimmel. Do you know who Robert Schimmel was? Stand-up comedian. Hilarious. No. Dear friend. Great guy. Died a few years back. He accidentally took Adderall. He actually had a heart attack, and he went to he thought he was taking his heart medication. He took the wrong shit, and he took someone else's Adderall. Called his doctor, and he's like, what do I do? He goes, how much did you take? And he looks at the bottle, tells him the dosage. He goes, you're going to be fine. He goes, you're just going to be up for a while, and you're going to be very speedy. And so he just said, I just organized my notes. He said, I just got in front of my computer, and I couldn't stop organizing. Just going over my notes and just pulling out pages after pages and writing things down. He said, I've never been more focused in my life. He goes, but I'm scared to try it again.
I wonder what it's like working out on it.
A lot of people work out on it. We had a lady in here recently who said she works out on it. She said she gets pumped.
Probably goes nuts. I bet you just
when I was 19, there was this 23-year-old heavy metal chick who had some speed, and she was hot at the time, anyways. And we did a little bit, and my dick was so goddamn small, and she was determined to blow it up. She was determined. She goes, I kept saying, I'm sorry, it won't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Because of speed.
And she goes, don't worry. I got all day. And she just went on forever, and she did eventually resurrect it.
God bless her.
It was, It was wicked.
That's the fucking speed made her want to suck that dick all day long.
She was determined to suck that dick.
No way was she going to give up. No. Imagine how long it would take. Imagine. When you do speed, your dick does not work.
Really?
It just shrinks up. Yeah.
Whoa. That's not good.
No, I don't fuck.
It's terrible. I don't recommend it to anybody. It was terrible. I was young. I was 19. She was hot.
A lot of pool players used to take speed. They said it helped their game. Like they'd take a bunch of different kinds of speed
to focus on the ball. And shit?
Yeah, and make because pools are very it's a lot of intense focus and like tiny adjustments you're making, and you got to really concentrate on the angles and what you're trying to accomplish. It's a very mentally taxing game when you're gambling. So a lot of these guys, they gamble for like 10, 12-hour sessions.
Here's a question for your golden snitch friend. If I have a prescription for Adderall, can I fight in the UFC?
No.
What if I have a real deficit?
Crazy Tim Crater actually got pulled from a card because he had a real deficit, and he was on Adderall. They pulled him from a card way back in the day.
Oh,
this was like Ultimate Fighter days when he was off the
when he was off the Wild West.
Yeah, exactly. Adderall, the new drug of choice of many major leaguers. Wow.
Meaning baseball though.
No,
baseball.
Look, this is football. You're saying
that's weird. They're showing that.
That's just a weird video.
Yeah. Okay. Baseball. I've always heard they fuck with Adderall nonstop.
Adderall is legal and easily obtainable, but also dangerous if abused. Use in major league has reached absurd level.
Baseball, that's always
absurd.
Dangerous if used, but yeah. But the thing is, like, also if you use it, you might be the best fucking baseball player alive and make $1 gajillion. It does provide you with energy that you wouldn't normally have. It's cheating, says Dr. Richard Lustberg, New York State licensed psychologist and member of the American Psychological Association.
Yeah, baseball.
You try to make money.
But yeah, it's weird because
you got 15 years to make money in baseball.
I'm injecting Adderall into my veins if I'm baseball.
Shooting it right into my dick.
Right in my
turkey
dick hole.
baster.
Correct.
Why not?
Correct.
You're trying to get paid.
But in fighting, if you legit have a problem, yeah.
But what is that problem? See, that's the problem that it's never been clearly defined to me. I've talked to a bunch of psychologists and psychiatrists about it. I'm like, what is ADHD? I'm like, how do you define it? And you define it by a series of characteristics that people have, but you could just say you have those. I mean, you could complain about all sorts of things that are on the list. It's not like they test you like, oh, no, you have syphilis.
There's no blood type.
Hey, man, let me test you. Oh, yeah, bro, you got a disease. It's not like that.
You guys are older than me, but even when I was a kid, like if you were distracted and couldn't sit still, they'd be like, he has a lot of energy, he needs to play or go outside more. Like no one was fucking taking medication.
UFC exec Frank Mir was not denied an Adderall therapeutic use exemption by Nevada Athletic Commission. There you go. So what did he say? He was.
So he got one.
So he got one. Interesting.
For Adderall.
He was granted one by USADA. That's interesting because maybe Tim Crater could have been granted it. But it was public. I'm not saying anything that people don't know about. They were all talking about it at the time. You know what? I think that for the people who really need it, this has got to be very frustrating to see people like use it and abuse it.
I told Brian Callen, I was like, you have ADD like I've never seen before.
You think so?
Focus on anything. Oh, but he's all over the place. And he was like, oh, for sure I have ADD. He went to the doctor. Doctor's like, nah, you're good.
Really?
Yeah, doctor's like, you don't have
He's
it.
not on Adderall?
I told him to fire his doctor. What?
Brian's not on Adderall?
No, he's on nothing.
He played it wrong.
He's on life.
Fitzsimmons is on it.
Brian didn't want it.
He was on. He's on Ritalin. Fitzsimmons is on Ritalin.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Speed. It's speedy. He
Speedy.
did the podcast the other day, and his knee was like he does like a lot of this.
Tapping nonstop.
He does a lot of like movement. He's like constantly moving a lot. And someone asked him on Twitter, like, "What's that about?" And he's like, "Ritalin."
Weird.
Yeah.
And he just wanted on this to talk fast and for his podcast.
No. He's been on it because he has legitimate ADD, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, I was going to say, we don't know what legitimate ADD means.
Okay. Let's excuse me. Let's define it. Like, let's try to see if someone has a definition. What is legitimate
What do you
ADHD?
think it is? What do you guys think it is? I think it's someone who can't focus on fucking anything and they're distracted by everything.
Well, it's also, yeah, there's definitely that. It's also patterns of like behavior that you develop in your life. But there's also probably people that have a legitimate disease. Like there's legitimately something wrong with their brain. The question is, how many people legitimately have something wrong versus how many people are just abusing it because they just want to
assholes.
Yeah, they just want to use speed, get all that energy and get fired up.
Is it possible? Is there any chance that maybe in some cases ADD or some kind of brain dysfunction is caused by the vaccines? Maybe is there a possibility that it's a vaccine?
Who knows?
Oh, you're taking it there, huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's definitely side effects to almost every medication that you take for certain people. Adult attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, is a mental health disorder that includes a combination of persistent problems such as difficulty paying attention, Brian Callen, hyperactivity, Brian Callen, impulsive behavior,
Brian Callen.
Adult ADHD can lead to unstable relationships, Brian Callen, poor work or school performance, Brian Callen, and low self-esteem.
Not Brian Callen. The doctor went, nah, you don't have low self-esteem. Can't give it to you, bro.
And other problems. What are the other problems? We don't even want to talk about those. When other problems. Be specific, motherfucker. This is a medical diagnosis.
But if you read that, that's basically every kid you've ever met.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem.
Ever.
You get kids. Kids are filled with energy, and they want to play, and they want to have fun,
But they don't
and
want
they
to
want to be
sit there.
stimulated.
They don't want to sit there
and then you
fucking
make them
listen to your shit.
Yeah, talk. They sit in some uncomfortable bullshit plastic chair, listen to some monotone asshole who's teaching them nonsense.
We're doing the schooling wrong. It's not the kids' issue.
I think that's a big part of it. But parents want to give it to their kids because they just want their kids to pay attention. You know, I had a neighbor who got their kid on Ritalin. There was nothing wrong with this kid. They got the kid on Ritalin. He was just like this all day.
Stupid parents.
He was just like...
Focused as fuck, though. Hey, focused as fuck.
He just listened.
Probably killing video games, too.
Probably, right.
Just
get him in front of Madden.
Hell yeah.
Fucking
just killing
plays on
everybody.
bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably didn't have a lot of friends, though.
It's definitely dangerous how many people are medicated. But the real question is, like, how many people actually could use the medication versus how many people are medicated because doctors are cunts.
I'd like to meet someone really who has that problem, who really has ADD and figure it out.
I bet some of them kids were seriously abused as kids, and they just come out and they're all just fucked up.
That's definitely a possibility.
A lot of abuse going on.
Well, there's also like emotional abuse. People just yell at their kids, beat their kids. There's kids that people get ignored.
Kids don't have friends.
People grow up with parents that are just assholes, and they're just their whole life is like they're constantly walking on eggshells. They're all fucked up psychologically because of it.
It's a bummer, man.
Yeah, it's a bummer, dude. I can't read horrible stories about. I read some story about some guy in Texas that his 3-year-old daughter wouldn't drink her milk, so he made her stand outside by a tree, and she disappeared. He went back out 15 minutes, and she was gone. And the police went looking for her. They can't find her. She disappeared.
And did you hear in the interview what he said? He goes, "Yeah, I put her out there." And they go, "What do you think happened?" He goes, "There's been a lot of sighting of coyotes in the area." And they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Coyotes?" I read that. I read that exact article. I couldn't sleep that night, man. Yeah. I could not stop thinking about it. If it has to do with kids, it fucks my world up.
Oh, hell yeah. Left a 3-year-old outside.
Because she wouldn't finish her milk, and she has a disability.
Oh my god.
She has a disability. She went finish her milk at like 1 in the morning. So this fucking moron who they've already taken the other kid away. 1 in the morning. Wouldn't finish her milk. So this moron puts out a tree at 2 in the morning, and then they've already child custody already came took one of the kids away before.
Oh my god.
People suck.
Almost
man.
Definitely that kid.
I'm not a violent guy, but that guy I would fuck up for free.
Yeah, that guy doesn't.
That guy
need to
should
be
be
alive.
tortured. That guy should be tortured.
The fact that he could do that to a baby, a 3-year-old, and his own daughter.
And then I think about that. I think of my kid. I think how scared he'd be by the tree. It fucks my world up, man.
Missing she's still missing, right?
Yeah.
There's no update on that.
No,
they never found her. She probably got eaten.
That guy deserves the
near
death penalty.
coyotes. Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile, he probably killed her, and he made that story up.
You might be right.
You might be right, Eddie.
You might be right. You might have.
That guy deserves the death penalty.
Where's
no
the
matter
proof that his story? That sounds like, hey, I got to tell him
I
something.
mean, he did it either way.
Yeah,
if he just left her outside, if he knew there's coyotes around, he's asking his kid to get eaten by a coyote.
Yeah.
He might have wanted the kid to get eaten by a coyote.
Because he's a bad person.
Because he's a piece of shit. You know, raising a kid tests you. It's like, you know, and there's some people that are just fucked in the head. Damn, we shouldn't end on this.
We definitely should end it. What else you guys got? Let's not end on that bullshit.
Sad.
I know. Too much sadness, man.
There's a lot of sadness, my man.
A lot of good shit, too.
Yeah. There's a lot of great shit in the world, but god damn, there's a lot of fucking morons.
Yeah, that'll fuck your day up.
And you can't, the thing is, you can't fix them. Like a guy like that, like once a guy does that to his daughter, what do you know, you're not fixing that guy. That guy's dead.
Think about that guy has friends too. And if he's like, how was your night last night? Oh, my fucking kid wouldn't finish his bottle, so I left her outside. What? Oh. Who the fuck do you hang out with? Who else are you hanging out with where you can talk like that and everyone thinks it's all good?
You know, the thing is, like, you can't forgive someone for that.
No, you have to kill them.
What? How do you forgive someone for doing that to a baby? Like, if someone beats a baby to death, there's no returning from that.
You gotta torture him.
And then people go, it's a mental illness.
You gotta publicly torture him. Publicly.
But is that really good? Does that fix anything? Does it like...
Yeah, scare people.
Well, there's the bigger picture, and people go, listen, it's a mental illness issue, so we need to fix them, and it's like...
Yeah, the mental illness issue is a weird one, because I saw something about... HuffPost had something about pedophiles, and they eventually took it down, I think. But this guy was saying, I'm not a monster, I'm a pedophile. And he's basically saying that he has these thoughts, he just doesn't act on them. And everybody was like, what?
Holy fuck.
What the fuck are you...
They say that for everything, right? For if you rape kids, if you're a child molester, if you're if you shoot people, it's a mental illness now.
The real child molesters are running this planet. Those are the ones.
You open the door. Fucked up.
Those are the real ones.
Did you hear that Donald Trump's going to open up the JFK dump? How about that? All the dump of documents from the JFK that had been sealed up by all the other presidents, like the JFK assassination investigation, they sealed some documents up because they're too sensitive.
Yeah, I know.
Like whatever those documents are
Why
in.
wouldn't they shred those documents?
Know.
Why would damning documents exist?
Because these are people from 1962.
Also, Trump for sure focused on something else than this. Huh?
Well, hey, this is not a bad thing to focus on.
There's so many other things we can focus on. But I hear you.
For sure. But first of all, no one really can be president. Let's be honest. There's not a single person that could focus on the economy and healthcare and international relations and the environment. And like, there's no way. There's not
people
enough
who
time
could do
in
a
the
better
world.
job, though.
Yes, for sure. But there's not enough time in the world to focus on any of those things.
Agree.
So,
you know what he should focus on? Donald Trump should focus on the Vegas shooting. He hasn't said shit about it.
That's how we're ending it.
You know what I mean?
Well,
what do you think? You think there was some shady shit going on?
But here's the thing about this Kennedy assassination. One of the reasons why, if I was him, I would focus on the Kennedy assassination is they might fucking kill him. Like, it's entirely possible that he's thinking that he could get assassinated.
100%.
100%.
You know how many people want to kill him?
Maybe that's why he's opening it. Maybe.
I would. If
I wouldn't
him.
think there was any files. Like, why would those files exist? They should have been burned a long time ago.
Yeah,
like,
you would think so, right?
There's no files.
And also, isn't it doesn't he have the highest security of all time? Like they pay the most to protect him out of all time because there's such a threat now.
Oh, he has crazy security. You ever seen the doors on his limo? They had a video of him. I was God, I can't stop coughing today. I was looking at this image of him. There was a video of him getting out of the limo, and I was like, look at that door on that fucking limo. And then I went to some images of the limo. The limo door is like that thick.
Is it different than Obama's, though?
I don't
know. Or
know.
isn't that the standard one that Cadillac makes?
I never looked at the other one. But I mean, the doors are fucking ridiculously
They're bomb-proof.
thick. Yeah.
Yeah, they're sick.
That would be the dopest car to drive around in. You'd be like, fuck you.
Everybody, yeah. Fire away, boys.
Drive me around,
Yeah.
man. You'd be in there sipping tea.
Whatever.
Pinkies up.
Whole world. Yeah.
They make a car that you can buy. There's a company called Devrolo, Devrolo, and they make a car like your truck, a Toyota Tundra, but they make that motherfucker bulletproof.
I used to work for a company that used to bulletproof vehicles for 2 weeks. It was a fiberglass. They do it fiberglass. I couldn't hang. Yes, I quit. It was too hard.
Oh, the fiberglass fumes and
Fuck,
shit.
the dust. There's fiber.
Dude.
It's a shitty gig.
We made cars for diplomats and for like mobile check cashing vans. Those are the big things. Mobile,
that makes sense.
And then private cars. You just fill the doors up with fiberglass, just sheets of fiberglass.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it? But what about the windows?
I don't know. I don't remember
The
how the
bulletproof
windows
windows are thick as fuck and
I don't
heavy,
think.
yeah.
I don't think the
I've been in a
windows.
bulletproof
I think the
car
windows are a
before. They
different
don't roll
factory.
down.
It is bulletproof. But just bulletproof underneath. Make it bomb-proof from underneath. Fiberglass the shit out of the doors.
But this Devrolo company, they do it like consumer cars. And I don't know what they do with the windows.
In Brazil, they're popular. Bulletproof
Yeah.
cars.
Makes
Sure.
sense.
Hell yeah.
Here's
Brazil,
the
Mexico.
president's update. New Cadillac presidential limousine to debut later in 2017. Cadillac just runs that
You
shit.
bet your ass it's a Cadillac.
It's called the Beast.
America.
Oh, what
It's got
a
a name.
fucking clever name.
The Beast.
The Beast.
That thing
AKA the
that thing
Beast.
can't be cheap.
Wait a minute. They're selling it to
No, no,
anybody?
No.
I need
Fuck
to get one.
Oh.
How come I can't buy what the president has?
Come on, bro.
What do you think how much one of those limos goes for? What's the money?
I'm gonna say 600,000.
Oh no! If the taxpayers are paying for it, that's $2
$30
billion.
million.
Well, who's paying for it? Oh, okay. It's that tax money. Shit.
No bid contract, $1 billion limousine. 2 + 3 + 2 layout means it can carry chief executive and a couple of aides on most journeys. Passenger compartment will still offer conference-style seating for 5, and the rear passenger doors will still be positioned to the front of the rear quarter windows that will partially obscure the 2 rear seats.
If I was president, I wouldn't have a Cadillac like that.
What would you have?
I'd have something like that, but the front end would be a Viper.
I would have
So American.
I'd have the Punisher war van, and I'd
That'd
put
be
a
sick.
fucking white skull on the side of it too.
Could do like a big ass long Bronco, just something so fucking American.
A Bronco.
That'd be sick.
Maybe a Ram, Dodge Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bulletproof a smart car.
Be a bummer, man.
Those things are so ridiculous. How many of those
You don't
things
see a
get
lot
crushed?
of them though.
You see a little of them in Hollywood.
I feel like they're dying out.
You think so?
Yeah.
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 People don't want to save gas that much.
You can't get laid.
They're so lame. They're so
Nobody
fucking-
wants-
And
A
you
girl
get in a
will ride
car
in a
wreck, it's like a
Prius.
motorcycle. You're dead.
Yeah. A girl riding a Prius with you. Like, oh, he's just really clean. He's
Vegans,
green.
vegan chicks.
He's really into the environment. Who's that?
Chad Ochocinco.
Chad Ochocinco has a hooked up
Yeah.
smart car?
Yeah.
What is he doing these days?
That's a big smart car, right? That's a special one.
He was rumored, or they tried to do a flag football league, him and T.O. and a couple other players that used to be in the NFL, and they did like a pilot game, I think, to try to see if anybody was interested.
But he's managed to stay fairly relevant.
Yeah, he's really big on Twitter. He plays. He goes around the world. I don't know the world, but the United States and challenges people in FIFA. He says he'll play them at their games.
Yeah,
It's a
he's
video
really
game.
good at
He's
soccer.
really good at it.
He's good at physicals. I mean, like real
Just
soccer
keeps
too.
his name out there.
But flag football, sir, absolutely not. The same as that 3-on-3 basketball league.
He's
Get
got
the
a
fuck out of my
hooked
face
up
with that.
smart car. I've never seen a hooked up smart car.
I don't want to see a
Matte
hooked up
black
smart car. No,
rims,
you know what? No.
vented rotors. No, you're not into it.
Nope, not for
You're
me.
angry.
It's just not for me, man.
You look a little angry.
Just not for me, you know.
Yeah, it looks like you're taking offense.
Yeah, those are not the best cars to drive around in.
No,
it
fuck
seems
no.
super dangerous.
Prius got cool because Leonardo DiCaprio, rocks them.
You
and
know
all
he
those
doesn't
guys.
really rock them. He just rocked him with the photo shoot, then he hopped out of that and right into his Ferrari.
Just see you, bitches.
While I was getting blown, snorting Adderall.
Does Brian still have the Tesla?
No. Oh, he does have the Tesla. Sorry. Yeah, he does have the Tesla. It's all fucked.
When
You know,
gonna get
Brian,
one?
he doesn't care
You
about
gotta have a
cars.
Tesla. It's just might as well.
That's
you know
a
what
dope
I mean?
car, man.
Is that a
That's the
Tesla?
Fisker,
No, it's a
Fisker Karma.
They caught on fire though, didn't they?
Well, they did. The old ones did. When they had that hurricane that hit the East Coast a couple years back, they had all these bitches parked near some water, and the tide came in, and they all blew up. When they went underwater, they just started exploding.
Yeah,
boom,
you can get for
boom.
cheap. If it rains, you're kind of fucked, but they're cool.
Well, I think they've fixed that.
No, they're out of business.
No, they're back.
Are they back?
Yeah, Fisker's back.
Damn, I want one.
They have a new car. There's all the cars. Look at them all. They're all just fucking just cinders. They all just blew up and caught on fire. That is fucking hilarious, man. Look at them all.
Fuck.
Imagine the people that own them. Like, hey, you fucking piece of shit. What if I drive through a puddle?
Damn.
Our car's gonna blow up.
That's a sweet ride, though. That's like, you know,
that's
step
the
up from
future.
Tesla.
Those are it's way cool. That's Leonardo. Not Justin Bieber had one.
Yeah, the Biebs had the gold
chrome one.
The chrome one, yeah.
I think that's the future. Is electric cars. It's just they're not quite ready for prime time right now.
I'm just not. I just can't get it. I know for the environment, I get it. I like that aspect. I just can't get into it, man.
Yeah,
I get into Tesla. I'm like, God, it bums me out.
They're better for the air,
I know,
for sure.
I know.
But environmentally, there's a lot of concerns with those things, like how they extract the minerals that they use to make the batteries and the lithium. Lithium comes from a lot of like they call them conflict minerals. That comes from a lot of like really poor areas, or people are forced to mine these things. They have no other way to make money. There's been a bunch of articles.
Isn't that how
on,
all shit's made?
Pretty much. Cell phones.
You could say that about everything.
Well, here's the thing: is just cell phones. Like coltan that they use to make cell. Is that how you call it? Coltan? I think it's called coltan. Is a mineral that they use to make cell phones, and for the longest time, at least, it was like a lot of it was being made in the Congo. And these people were essentially like almost slaves, like mining this stuff. They use little children, they use child workers to mine this stuff. There it is.
A lot of stuff, though, isn't it?
Coltan, conflict minerals in the Congo. There's documentaries been done on this. It's horrible. So in the Congo, there's this one place that's particularly rich with coltan, and these poor people, like a level of poor that you and I just will never understand.
And we need that for our phones?
Yep. It's a key ingredient in cell phones. And I think maybe laptops too, but definitely cell phones. It's fucked up, dude. You know, it's a weird thing, man. You got a phone, right? If you got a phone made by any of these major companies, a lot of them get made in China.
But right
people
here,
are jumping off the roofs
these
of the
guys are
buildings
suffering,
right now.
or are they just working? What's going on right here?
They're getting paid.
Well, they're getting paid very little money.
But
the thing
compared
is,
to us, or compared to other people there,
that's the standard pay out there, right? Like
yeah,
that's
I mean, maybe
minimum
they're
wage.
balling. You know, maybe they're happy to have a job.
They're probably
are they hanging themselves like in China?
I don't know.
They seem like they
Apple
were
had
cool.
to put up a net, so many people were jumping.
They were just
like
sifting
crazy.
through. They were just sifting through the gravel, chilling
Yeah, that's
with
just
their
for the
headphones
video.
on, listening to podcasts.
People die doing it all the time. Yeah, they're listening to like how stuff works.
listening to JFK docs.
They're listening to TED Talks on coltan. Like, no, this is not how it goes.
Infowars and shit.
I'm in knee deep in mud right now, looking for this.
Let me call you back. I'm on Facebook.
I gotta piss so bad.
Let's wrap this bitch up. EBI is tomorrow. Eddie Bravo, tell people how they can listen, tune in, give them.
It's going to be on
the
UFC
pitch.
Fight Pass, or you could order it on pay-per-view at inchbyinch.tv. It's at the Orpheum, so if you're anywhere in Southern California, get down there and watch it live. It's in downtown LA. Gary Tonin, Wagner Rocha, Nathan Orchard, PJ Bark, Bill Cooper, and a 4-man combat jiu-jitsu tournament featuring Richie Martinez.
Super high-level jiu-jitsu. Brendan Schaub, what's going on with you?
I'm on tour November, December, tfatk.com for tickets. Calusa, Ohio. I'm in Buffalo.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm all over. Nashville, Zanies.
Damn.
I'm all over, man.
Damn. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, brother.
That's awesome.
tfatk.com.
Brendan
That's awesome.
Schaub. That's it, friends. We're done for today. See ya. First fight.
First companion, man.